Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy True the King back again with another live stream. What it do, what it do, what it do. Uh what it do, what it do. Jerry, what up? What up, Lou? Lemon Pepper Lou in the bill. What up with you? So 49 did they thing, man. I can't front. That was a big statement win, man. That's probably the biggest statement win, or at least one of them of the year. I can't even front. That was a big statement win for the 49ers. A lot of talking over about almost a year now, a lot of talking. Um, you know, back and forth since that playoff game, and 49ers stepped up. They punked them. They punked the Eagles. I mean, they punked the Eagles, man. Like, so hats off to them. I can't. Yeah, I don't know, man. Debo want me. You got 1K. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You want 1K? Can't even be mad. What up, Dante? Tiffany in the bill. Yeah, listen, 49 looking hey now. They was saying y'all they would lose, they was on a little losing streak, and when they lost, hey, listen, reputation bias. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about right now, bro. Keep it always stacked with you. Yeah, they whooped their ass though. I can't even you can't even front. They whooped their ass. My team lost today, man. We can't score. Our offense is garbage, man. Our offense is garbage, man. It's a shame. Alabama football wasn't great this year at all. Nah, Bama had a great year though. I'm not. Let me stand there. Oh, you talking about the top? I don't know. I'm slow. I'm slow. So don't worry about me. But my one of my problems is, I mean, yeah, Florida State definitely got robbed though, and shout out to, I mean, Alabama had a good year, an underrated year per se, especially with being how young they is. The fact that it is a young team. Coach Nick Saban and them guys did. So, I mean, it was impressive. But at the end of the day, though, a quote unquote a Power Five school that won. You trying to tell me that won their conference? Florida State, undefeated team, won, and you snubbed them out the conference championship just because it put like come on now, just because it's simply SEC. Georgia didn't get robbed. I'm not mad at Georgia. Georgia didn't get robbed. Georgia lost in the They lost in the SEC championship. It's gonna be contradictions. Then you can't. Why Georgia would be in and they lost to they just lost in Alabama. Florida State should have been there more than Texas or that's what I'm saying. They got blown out by Texas. They got blown out. Like what we I mean, they got blown out. What up, TK? It's like the thing is though, and the thing is though, this is like it's like, bro, we understand, but it's like it's clearly rigged at this point because now it's like, okay, SEC, you have to put a quote unquote SEC school in there, which is corny. Like, do a team like Florida State was undefeated all year. A team like Florida State was undefeated all year, and they don't get rewarded because at the end of the day, regardless of your schedule, regardless of who you play, when it comes to a football games and when it comes to a football season, it's hard to win. When it comes, you dealing with injuries, you dealing with all this stuff case may be. They don't get rewarded for that. They don't get rewarded for having an undefeated season. But certain teams only can lose one game, and then Stephen A. Smith had a BS reason talking about blame TCU. Them getting blown out by Georgia last year. The same TCU team that beat Michigan last year, and Michigan is in the playoffs now. Like, make it make sense. Like Stephen A. Smith, that was a dumbass reason. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was stupid as shit. How you gonna sit there and say how you gonna sit there and say that the reason why Florida State is not in the college playoff is to blame TCU for getting dog walked by Georgia, but that same TCU team beat a Michigan team that's in the playoffs right now. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like let's be real. That was the most idiotic reasoning and analogy. Like that was idiotic, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. That was stupid as shit to say. It's not about it's not reputation bias. It's the SEC. It is SEC bias. I know that. It's definitely SEC bias. I know that because regardless of if I mean that's what it is. Let's call it how it is. It's SEC bias for sure. Like that ain't no secret. And this is really it's some BS. You gonna sit up here and punish team. The team go undefeated. Mind you, this same Alabama team got blown out by Texas. Yeah, Four Eyes did their thing though. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of talk saying, "Hey, listen, Debo said if we would have had what up, Val? Bama had the most impressive win the whole season. Okay, cool, but Florida State been more consistent. and that same Alabama team got blown out earlier this year. Did we forget that? Like I'm just saying, did we forget that though? Did we forget? Not blown out. They didn't get blown out, but they lost by 10 points. They lost by 10 points. Like like let's be real. They had a close game against Auburn. I understand that's a rivalry game, the Iron Bowl and all that, but come on, they had a close game with Auburn, and Auburn's trash. Trash this year. I mean, Mac, you know how I know how you gonna give it up, but at the same time, that's bullshit though. Hold up, I thought Cuba already got a wrench. I guess you don't. Even scribe on, I might as well. Like that's ridiculous though. That is ridiculous. Like you go undefeated for a whole season and like what could now it's like, bro, what do you expect the team to do? Like I said, they haven't closed like you said, they haven't closed game with Auburn and shit. Like let's not forget they had a close game with Arkansas. Like let's not like why we yeah, they had a close game with Arkansas. If they want to play that game, they had a close game with Arkansas this year. You go back and look at their record, they had a close record with Arkansas. What are we talking about? And Texas A&M. Like what do we? I mean, they only scored 17 points against South Florida. Come on, bro. I'm just saying if you want to sit up here and I'm just saying like if you want to sit up here and say the scheduling or whatever case may be, that's BS. I'm just saying if people want to play that game, like if you even look at some of the scores, like a lot of the scores, like I said, Florida State they dog LSU, they dog like be they dog LSU first game of the season. I'm just saying you gonna punish a team for going undefeated, and but I don't know. Then okay, Texas in there. Then it's like okay, you put Texas in there, and Texas been solid. Texas been solid, but let's keep it real with Texas. Let's keep it real with Texas. They had a close game with TCU. They had a close game. They had a close game with TCU. Now here's the thing. I'm not even. But they had a close game with TCU. I'm just saying. Now I know for Florida State definitely should have made it out of Alabama or Texas. I'll give you that. Like I said, they lost to Oklahoma. And Oklahoma not trash or anything, but like they lost to a team like they had an overtime game with they had an overtime like They having overtime games with Kansas. This is insane. And let's not forget, this is insane. Tide is not a better. Tide is not a better team, bro. I don't care who. I don't know who's the better team at this point. I don't know who's the better team because I don't know. I don't know who's the better team. I'm just saying you gonna put Washington up there. And granted, Washington. Listen, Washington. SEC is not even a top three conference. It don't matter if it's a top three conference. It doesn't matter if the top three conference is a Power Five school. I know that. Florida State, bro. Florida State dog walk LSU this year. Like, what do we? I mean, like we're not gonna sit here and say whose conference is better and whatever case may be. That's not the. I mean, that don't because when the college player was first when it was first brought to the table, this stuff they was saying all this stuff to avoid all this stuff from happening, and it's still happening. So it's like, well, I mean, what are we saying? I'm just saying, what are we saying? Like, like I understand. Like, I mean, but you trying to so Michigan has a case, but Florida State don't have a case. So Michigan, so Michigan can make it, but Florida State, Michigan can make it, Washington make it, but Florida State can't make it. Michigan beat Ohio State. What is that supposed to mean? The last time I checked, you can't control who's. Last time I checked, Florida State was higher ranked than Alabama majority of the year though. I do know Florida State was higher ranked over Alabama the whole year, and now when they beat Georgia in the SEC championship, now it's Florida State gets knocked off. Like, come on, bro. Come on, that's bullshit, bro. And Florida State been more dominant this year. Like, let's come on, bro. Like, let's not try to play that game of who was better and all that case may be. But I definitely know this motherfucker got robbed though. All I'm saying is this: you can't use no argument about Florida State shouldn't make it in, but Texas made it. But Texas made it. Texas made it, and Washington made it. So what's the why they don't get? What do you mean understand? I understand a Power Five team that was undefeated. I understand that a Power Five team was undefeated. let's not play this game. Look, well, here's the thing, Vel. You don't understand that. We not gonna act like the SEC doesn't have biasness when it comes to the college football playoffs. Let's not act like it wasn't. It's not biasness when it comes to that. So that I'm saying stuff now. So the SEC don't have bias. They have no type of influence. So the SEC has no type of influence of how the rankings work. Because clearly you can, because it don't matter what you, because mind you, there's different conferences, right? There's different conferences. You're going undefeated in a season. You can't you your schedule is your schedule. You trying to tell me you go undefeated and you can't be not one of the four teams, and you trying to tell me you one of the four teams. What up, zero? And you trying to tell me that's not being slighted? Like that's crazy. Let's not act like if Alabama was in the SEC that they would have made it. Let's not play that game either. Because clear, I'm not saying they, and let's make this clear. I'm not saying that Alabama doesn't even have no type of case. I'm not saying Georgia don't have no type of case. But to sit here and say that Florida State don't have a case at all is ridiculous. When they was a higher seed than Alabama a whole year. You wasn't saying nothing when they was higher ranked than Alabama the whole year though. You wasn't nobody was saying nothing. But now we so quick to give it to them. And here's the thing, they couldn't put two SEC schools this time because like I said before, you saying everything and nothing. Okay. Okay. I didn't say anything. Okay. So that was so Florida State wasn't ranked over Al. So you telling me Florida State being ranked over Alabama the whole year, not saying anything? Okay, you got it. What them likes looking like too? 'Cause I'm about to drop the links to it. Hey man, listen. Can we get at least 14 likes, man? Can we get at least 14 likes? This man zipper and say. So how do you explain a team that was ranked the whole year? That was before. So one game makes a difference. So Alabama wasn't even top four. They beat Georgia. So the only argument that you're saying is they beat Georgia. That's the only, because if that's the case, if your only argument is where they beat Georgia, then why Georgia not in the playoffs? Explain that. Okay, that's all you need. So that's bullshit. If Georgia was that good, where you need just one, you just need to beat them automatically. You make the playoffs. Why is Georgia not in the playoffs then? That don't make no sense because they got beat and they could win their own conference. So you need to win a conference and make the college playoffs now. That's what we doing. So that's what we doing. So you're trying to tell me you need to win your conference. You need to win your conference to be in the college playoffs. That's not how it works, bro. That's not how that shit work, bro. Hold up. That's not so you because every year because it's been multiple times I had two SEC schools in the college playoffs, bro. So let's not play that game. Let's not play that game. You do not need to win if that's see that's the biasness of the SEC. Going back to what I'm saying, you do not need to win a conference to be in college playoffs. Exactly. But FSU did. But FSU won a conference. Clear. Like, come on. But FSU won a conference. Like, come on. What them legs looking like? I don't even get that. Like, you just saying, hey man, we got 16 people. Can we get at least 14? Like, I just can we get at least get them likes up, y'all? There's a lot of white people watching. The ACC is a shitty conference. The ACC is a shitty conference, but we have teams in the past, and the ACC beat teams in the SEC to win champion. What that's supposed to mean? What does it, bro? Does the SEC school win the college win the national championship every year? No. What are you just saying stuff now? You saying stuff like this is an automatic thing. Okay, now it's this year. Okay. You talking in general statement how the college playoff work. Now you want to sit there and say this year. Exactly. Like what are we saying? You come on, bro. Come on, man. What them light little lights looking like. Hold up. I'm gonna jot the link. But Florida State, in my opinion, got robbed because that's the reason why Florida State got robbed because with the logic you're saying, don't pass your genetics on. Your genetics are ACC level. ACC got championships. I don't. The ACC legit got championships. I don't get that. I don't under that. That was I don't get that now. That was I guess that was a miss. You struck it. You striked out with that one. You striked out with that one because, like I said before, the ACC had won championships before, so that made no sense whatsoever. Yeah, the college football player now they adding 12 teams next year. They adding 12 teams next year. What they've been doing this since 2014. They've been doing this since 2015. Let me see. I'm trying. What's the year? Georgia. Yeah, they had Georgia and Alabama in there like they had like I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't even get what you're saying. They had two teams in the SEC before multiple times because they simply the SEC. But then you say they had to win a conference. Nah, Florida State won a conference and they automatically just because they don't play in the SEC. And there's a reason, and that's one of the reasons why that the you have teams like Texas and I forgot the other teams that's going to the SEC in the future. I forgot exactly when. So appreciate that too, Zero. I see you in the chat. Yeah, them Eagles got their ass whooped though, man. They was hitting out there. I mean, they set the tone. They chopped the shit out of the Eagles, man. I ain't gonna lie. They came in. Listen, that was a statement game. They beat they beat the shit out of them motherfuckers. I mean, yeah, the Texas and one of the reasons why they're going because of course revenue, money, but also like I said, you get certain biasness. True ready cook them Eagles. I mean, they listen. Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm impressed though because now the 49ers kind of had to win this game. Not the sense of if they would have lost, their season's over with or anything, but they had to win the game because of all the talk that was going on last year, not last year, but this the past playoffs, and Debo Samuel saying if Brock Purdy was out there, that it wouldn't be close, and it been a lot of bickering back and forth between the Eagle players and the 49ers players, and fast forward to now a highly anticipated game, um 49ers and Eagles, a highly anticipated game, and they came into Philly and they dog walked them boys. They putting hands in coaches' faces. They walking in. They walking through the D back drills and in the D back drill they walking through people Eagles player doing drills and all that. That was listen. They did. I ain't gonna lie though. They punked the shit out of them Eagles, bro. You shouldn't. I forgot man's name. He put a gun. He put a hand gesture. Dude, coach face. They got chumped out there. They was hitting. The 49ers was hitting out there. And then the thing Debo snapped. That's the crazy thing. Debo, the main guys that was talking when they lost and all that, he snapped. So I'm just saying, like that was impressive. When you say you went about it for 49ers though. They listen. They showed up though. They showed up tonight. They 42-19. This was no just a win. They ass whooping. You know what I mean? Like Debo went crazy. Debo had a rushing touchdown. That man had 116 yards, 4 catches, 2 touchdowns on 22 yard. I mean, he went crazy. Chris McCaffrey went stupid. Purdy went dumb. Like that didn't make no sense, man. You had like they really yeah, they may be the best team. They may be the best team in the NFL. I mean, shoot. With that, listen, they beat they dog walked two of the best teams. Halliburton's real problem. We gotta see tomorrow night. They got no defense though. Porzingis not playing. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not gonna be. I don't say it'd be an easy game, but at the same time, it's not like no. I mean, they don't play no defense. And I'm not going off the last game we played because it's gonna be completely different. But I mean, listen, Yeah, Debo was rocking black Air Force One cleats. Yeah, he was with the BS today. Yeah, that ain't good. I like yeah, that was a very good statement. Jalen Carter responded, and then Jalen Carter was crying on the sideline. He fans criticizing Flynn for crying for receiving a personal foul penalty in today's game. I'd rather cry for losing a game than cry that I'm still broke. Y'all get your lives together. What that have to do with anything? Why are you crying? Because you got a personal foul. You crying for it. Like you should have cried. You got your ass whooped. Like that was corny. Don't get mad at people making fun of you. You crying. You a grown ass man crying over a regular season game, which you still like most likely you will still won't have a first seed. Like like come on now. Like it's what a running game, man. I know my pictures, man. We trash, man. We lost, man. We couldn't score. We couldn't score to save our lives, bro. Like this is crazy. Yeah, they crazy. You got four nine films out there too, man. It's man. Midtown Bree, what up? What up? What up, Lilla Blue Boat? What up? What's good with you? Oh, what's up? Like, yeah, that's a. Then Ramondre Stevens got an ankle injury. Yeah, it's a wrap, man. It's some bullshit, man. Luckily, I got another running. Yeah, man, that's crazy. How y'all feeling about the playing predictions, man? Nah, I said playing. I'm talking about the NC tournament. Who you got in the NFC right now? Man, I may go 49ers right now. Cause man, and one of the reasons is like they dog white the Cowboys and the Eagles. They dog walk the Cowboys and the Eagles. Like dog walk like the other two best teams in the NFC. So I mean, just saying. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, 49ers, they looking good. I can't cap. Let me see. Yeah, like this is who, but like it's crazy. I got 49ers right now though. Yeah, they got no basketball because things going on, whatever. I guess I don't know. They really. Hey, so it's gonna be should be a good Monday, man. Yeah, I had the Eagles and Bills and AFC. Bills are over fraudulent. Bills is fraudulent. I had the Dolphins going to the Super Bowl. Now I may have to change that to the. I had Dolphins Eagles, but now I may change my pick to 49ers and Ravens. Yeah, I ain't that they smacked the shit out of DeAndre Swift though. They smacked the dog shit out of Swift. Yeah, this is crazy, but we have no Porzingis in the end season tournament against the Pacers. No, but um, I think we still should. We think we still should win and can win when you got, like I said, Al Horford is going to be starting. You still got Derek White, Drew Holiday, JT, Jalen Brown there, so we'll see. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. The defense, I mean, the defense been playing good, but it's just like we cannot able to score points. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Man, yeah, like man, this is crazy. What's wrong with KP? It's just I think it's some I forgot exactly what the exact injury is. Top of my I don't know why my mind went blank. They just being cautious though with the injury. Nothing too crazy. Um, it's a calf strain, but nothing too crazy though. I think the Celtics are very. I mean, it shows they was very confident though. Him to not to be there. So. And mind you, they are trying to win. They trying to win the tournament too. So it's like, I mean, granted, it'd be nice if he was out there, but at the same time, the bigger we have bigger goals, and that's to um win the NBA championship. So hey, so no need to rush. You know what I mean? Be 100%. You know what I mean? There's no need to rush. So I mean, it's gonna be dope though. Tomorrow should be dope. Like I said, I do got the Celtics. So sh- I got Celtics. I got Bucks beating Knicks. I got um we got Tiffany Ned in the building.
What's up, True? What you talking about?
The in season tournament. I was talking about Florida State got robbed earlier, but
Mm.
uh
So who's in the playoff for college then? I know it's Michigan gonna be
Washington should get in Alabama.
Alabama. Oh, okay. Everybody saying they don't want Alabama in it, or that's unfair,
I
or
mean, it's like I don't know. It's just like Alabama wins the NC championship. Florida State was ranked over Alabama the whole year,
I guess because of
and
the win over Georgia. I'm thinking. I don't know.
but Georgia, then why Georgia not in it then? If that win over Georgia was so big and Georgia was undefeated, then why they not in there?
So,
Like, come
Georgia
on, man.
not in there? Oh,
So I'm just saying, if that win so much weight, then why Georgia didn't make the playoffs?
dang. I thought it
Same,
was.
the same. I don't know. It just, but they adding 12 teams next year, so hey, um, of course, I got the Celtics beating Pacers.
I got that.
Georgia is six because they just lost. Georgia is six because I mean, listen, um, I got Bucks over Knicks. I got Suns versus Lakers. I got Lakers. I got Lakers. Pelicans versus Kings. I'm gonna go Pelicans. I'm gonna go Pelicans.
I'm gonna go with Kings just for that.
I'm gonna go Pelicans. But you know, maybe uh,
What's the
you
Chiefs
know,
game looking like? Because I just got home.
yeah, I just had it on. It's freezing up. Packers beating Chiefs 14-6. Okay, Packers.
Oh, what? Jordan
Do y'all
Love shut
thing,
out
man.
so far. That don't mean nothing, Drew. After the disaster in Eagles Nation, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, they got their ass. Well, they
I
got punked. They really got punked. Like I ain't like no beat. That's probably one of the biggest statement wins in 49ers in a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a statement game. They came like this is where I know there was gonna be one of them games, and it was like I was like the Eagles better be prepared because and match their energy because they came in and walk through the Eagles drills. You know how Eagles they have the little drills they be doing. They
mm-hmm.
walk through the drills. They, you know what I mean. You had another dude touch another coach in his face. It was bad. It was hitting
No,
hard
but
out there.
I knew it was a problem. The Eagles went right down the field. Remember the first two drives, but they
Yeah.
didn't get in the end zone. I was like, oh, this is they hold
I thought it was gonna
field
be a
goal.
good game because I
Me
know the
too.
49ers was gonna come with it, but they got chumped. Philly got chumped out there. They legit got chumped out there. There's no it ain't no. I'm not just saying it just to say it, they got chumped out there. Like I mean, I mean you got players putting hands in other coaches' faces. They was crying on the sideline. Jalen Carter was crying on the sideline. I mean, it was
Crying? What
bad.
you
It was a
crying
bad.
for?
He got a personal foul or something. He got it was a bad. It was bad. And Debo and all people, the main person that was talking to 49ers showed up, did what he had to do, had to
Shout out.
he. I mean, listen because and let's be real. If they didn't have shown up, I would want to be on the 49ers ass. Let's be real. They had to win this game. I mean, it wasn't to a point or too slow, too crazy. It wasn't to a point where the season be over with if they don't win. But they were doing a lot of talking. Debo saying if we had Brock Purdy last year and he wasn't hurt, it wouldn't be close. Fast forward, they had Brock Purdy, that shit wasn't close. So I mean, hey, 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 I mean listen, that's a real statement. That was a real statement, and they backed it up. They got chumped out there. I mean, listen, I don't
Salute Chris.
like it wasn't the fact that they lost, but they like when people forget Debo said that. Debo said if we would have had Brock Purdy, it wouldn't have been close. Fast forward, most one of the most the most the most one of the most anticipated games of the season. They mark that that's on the you go on the mark their calendars, and it wasn't close. And hey, that game was rigged. Philly and Dallas played for division next, basically a playoff
Exactly.
game.
That is
Man, that
funny.
shit was no
Dallas
rig,
played. No,
bro.
I'm saying they ain't
Yeah.
rigged, but that's funny. Dallas now it's crucial that Philly has to win next week in Dallas. Ooh, I'm gonna look at that game just to be nosy.
I mean, listen, that ain't no listen. All I know is though, listen, Philly, you lose. Listen, Philly was fighting for their lives all year. They been winning games, but listen, 49 looking good though. Shout out to Mike's son. Mike's son coached them well today. I ain't gonna lie, Mike's son did a good job, man. Mike's son did a good job, man. Can't even lie. True, let's be real, bro. The 49 still gotta get past the Eagles in the playoff. And what I just saw, why would I mean, I know it's one game, and it's hard to beat somebody twice, but that was a that was a big statement game. Y'all do realize like this was a very highly anticipated game for this year, right? Y'all do realize that, right? And they blew the Eagles the F out. Yes, they lost to the Jets and all that, but they didn't lose like this. They didn't lose like this. They got their ass whooped, boost their asses. They put that belt on them. They told Jalen Hurts, "Yo, get that switch." It was bad. It was bad. And they told him it was gonna be bad. That's the crazy thing about it. People listen, people forget I remember I got on Debo, so they doing all that talking. They doing all that talking. Man, I'm like, shut it, the game over with. They doing all that talking. And guess what? They backed it up. Debo said if we have Brock Purdy, it ain't gonna be if we have Brock Purdy, it's not gonna be close. They came back and it wasn't close. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a ride out. I don't think they was built like that, Renegade. I don't think it was built like that. They got punked out there. They got punked, chumped. Like, give me your lunch money. Like, what chain? My grandma gave me that chain. That was one of them. It was one of them. And it's like, listen, what can you say? That was unexcusable. It wasn't the fact that they lost. But how they like you already knew what they was that top time they was gonna be on, and you came out like that, man. Listen. I hope they maybe they woke them, maybe they woke them up, maybe they woke the Eagles up. We gonna see Eagles make it off now, because like I said, football starts. No, they said football starts in November anyway. This is where the real football season starts. You know what I mean? They got freaking chumped. You let a West Coast team from the Bay go all the way in Philly in the cold. I thought they was Philly. I thought 49ers was from Philly. I thought they was East Coast team. They was comfortable. Debo was killing them too. It's like they was hitting they smacked the shit out of DeAndre Swift. Oh my goodness. And it was clean. I'm just saying, man. Tracy, you saw the game, Tracy? God, that was, man. Shit, I had to turn that Patriots game off, man. That shit was disgusting. I should piss me off, man. I had to
That
turn
wasn't a
that
close,
Patriots game.
that wasn't a close game from 49ers, man. I'm sorry, Philly, but
They scored
y'all
more
got
points than
blown
the
out in
Patriots, though. I give them that. They scored more points than the Patriots. We couldn't score a point. We only allowed 6 points. We only allowed 2 field goals,
So that
and we
means
lose
that
the
with
game.
this loss, Cowboys come back within the game of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why it says Tracy. I think they play
and
next. Who they
hey,
play
man,
Sunday?
and
Sunday. Is it
yeah,
Sunday night they play, or is this? I think it's next Sunday night or something
I
like
think
that.
they
Probably
took they.
it's
I
definitely
think,
gonna be a primetime
yeah,
game.
Yeah.
they took our prime time games away. That's why why that's why Packers and Kansas City on prime time right now. They say, hey, listen, they take Patriots off. You know what I mean? They took the Patriots off prime time TV. I'm like, yeah, it's over with. It's crazy. They took us off prime time television, man. It was supposed to be us in Chargers, but hey, I ain't mad. I understand. But man, listen, I'm gonna say this though. And speaking of Cowboys, and I know people gonna feel, hey, I may get some pushback when I say this, but Dak Prescott may win an MVP. Dak Prescott may win an MVP this year.
You almost made me drop something. Where did you
If
get this
you
from?
look at the numbers he's putting up, and it's a QB award, the man probably gonna win MVP. If he keeps this up, he's probably gonna win MVP. The numbers is there. I mean, every type of category you want to say or reason why. Come on, we all understand MVP is quote unquote QB award. This man here, Mac Jones, is trust, man. Get out of here. Get out of
Hey,
here.
hey,
That's
hey, hey,
crazy.
hey, free Mac Jones, man.
Man, ain't
Free
free,
Mac
man.
Jones.
Shit.
If it Matt,
Free the
Matt,
Patriots from
Matt,
Bill Belichick right
Matt,
now for this shit.
Matt Patriots to offer Mac Jones 5 year, $350 million
It's
contract,
over
fully
with. It's
guaranteed.
over with. It's over with at that, man. But Dak
you talking?
Prescott, like it or not, he
Who you
playing like
talking about?
MVP.
Who you talking about,
Dak
Drew?
Prescott probably gonna win MVP. The numbers is there. Everything that reason why we vote or people think QBs are MVPs, he's doing it. Um,
True. I
he
think he has he has some competition. I don't even think he's the front runner, honestly.
who the front runner because
I
he
think
putting up better numbers.
My
He
wait,
put
wait,
up
wait,
better
wait,
numbers in
wait.
every.
my good friend who I'm actually friends with personally is the front runner, CJ Stroud.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. That's what I
CJ
remember. I
Stroud
heard.
having a great season. I'm not,
But true, but you gotta
me,
think about it. Nobody thought the
but if
Texans
you were looking
would
at the
be in this
numbers,
situation.
okay, but at the end of the day though, but
But
nobody cares about that because Patrick Mahomes can win MVP and he's in a great situation. Nobody cares about that.
CJ
All I'm
Stroud
saying
has a
is
higher touchdown interception ratio.
It's not about that much.
I mean, true.
Dak only threw like 6 interceptions this year.
And CJ Stroud's thrown what, 3, maybe 4?
And Dak leading the league in touchdowns passes.
And as you said, not by much, by what, 1, maybe 2? CJ's
Not
in a
like 4. I think like 4. I mean, if I maybe double check.
CJ's in the 20s or close to it. I really think.
Let me double check.
I really think it's CJ's to lose at this point, especially with their win today.
Yeah, surprisingly, Sam Howell, leading in passing yards. Surprisingly, he's not a bad quarterback though.
True. You speaking of the Patriots, is it over for Coach Belichick? Are they letting him go after this year, or are they going to give him one more year?
He probably gonna get traded. He just signed like a deal in his offseason. So
I was thinking the Patriots may give him one more year, but they're going to actually get a GM, like an actual GM.
I'm cool with that. If he ain't cool with that, then he just gotta go. We just gotta trade him because I don't know. But
Tiff, did you see that game today? That game today. That Chargers Patriots game today. True. That was atrocious.
I had to turn it off. That was like, come on, bro.
6-0.
We should be. We trying
that's
to
a
tell
game
me
from 1998.
And we can't win. We trying to tell me like, come on, bro. But yeah, Dak is third in passing yards right now. Dak is second in completions percentage.
But true, I'm not to be funny.
Dak is leading the league in touchdown passes.
But if he don't show up next week against the Eagles,
I mean, but you can't.
I
don't know. But to be fair though, you can't say that because we get Patrick Mahomes passes and he won MVP. So I'm just saying, if he had the number, if he's putting up the best, like, mind you, these are multiple categories. Like he's having a great. You can't cap. He's having a great season. He's playing at an all time.
Okay, I said depending if it depends how the Eagles game go. If it's a close game and he got good numbers, it don't matter. But if they stink up the place and he does bad, he done lost it.
I don't see how they doing bad against the Eagles.
What are you talking about?
I don't see them doing bad against the Eagles, to be honest with you.
Well, they almost lost to the Seahawks. We ain't doing this.
Well,
I mean, I'm just.
Now, granted, the Cowboys aren't.
We can't. He played. The Cowboys played well against. He played well against the Cowboys. The Eagles before. He had 3 touchdowns against the Eagles.
No, I was talking about you saying the Eagles. I'm just saying the Cowboys defense. We just saw some supposedly on Thursday night.
I mean, we understand their defense got some holes to it, but that being said, though, he's been performing. I mean, he's been performing. I mean, so I can't. So
you know what? I don't want to say it, but the Cowboys might do some damage against Philly next week because that Philly defense is terrible.
Now they got holes in this. That's what I'm saying. And then mind you, the Cowboys is a better team than last time they played against the Eagles.
Like that secondary, outside of Darius Slay, they don't scare anybody in the back end. They don't.
I agree with you, Lee.
And Cowboy defense ain't all that crazy either. They're not all that crazy.
It's not, but they're way better against the run than the Eagles are. Way better.
And like I said before, like they've been Cowboys they've been better offense this year too. Truth be told, they've been low key a better offense.
Yeah, their offense is more balanced because literally, if you watch their games, especially the all 22, when we watch film on Philly, their offense is literally, other than Jalen Hurts, of course, and the tush push or the Philly special, whatever they want to call it, or the brotherly shove. It's really AJ Brown or bust.
You are facts.
right, here's the thing. Like their best win this season was against the Dolphins. I give them that. They held them to 17 points. But if you really look at, I mean, if you really look at all their games though, they won. They struggling scoring, not really. They struggling having close games, not really. Struggling to score the ball for the most part, or if or it's a high scoring game. Like the Commanders was a high scoring game, 30 points. I mean, the Patriots they allow Patriots to get 20. They only can score 25 points. So I don't. That's not gonna be an easy game. The Eagles next week, and the Cowboys can't win that. So I mean,
If the Eagles win next week, then they are hosting, and if they win next week, they have home field advantage. Period. Because
yeah,
because the deficit, the gap is too wide between every other team. But that's only if they win. If they lose, then 49ers, they definitely have a chance.
Lily, let me address. I don't know about that because you 49ers. Don't forget about Christmas Day. We ain't the Eagles. We actually got a secondary and a full defense. We way better than the Eagles. You're gonna be scoring no 42 points in us up in here.
Or is that about the Ravens?
Yeah, we play each other on Christmas Day. Lee. They've been calling me out for the past season. You know, our
Well,
secondary is nothing like that.
well, Tiff, I don't know if you got the new Lamar Jackson demanded the trade today. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny, Lee, because the 49ers in the offseason wanted to try to get Lamar Jackson
Oh
Q,
man,
but watch it tell the truth up in here.
well, yeah. Well, I can't talk. I can't talk because the Browns blew it today. They had a chance to finally separate themselves from
From the
Pittsburgh
Steelers, yeah. So
and get second place and definitely have a uh, much better seed or a much better position to make the playoffs. Now they still have a winning record, but they blew it today because
yeah,
the Steelers got the brakes beat off by the lowly Cardinals today
they
at
sure
their
did. What was it,
house.
24-9 or 24-10 or something like that? It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And then the Browns are already on their fourth string quarterback, which is Joe Flacco, and he actually played well today. The irony of that. But
yeah, see, that was crazy.
So
and the Browns, oh my goodness. Look at all these injuries. Their best player, well, their most valuable player based on position, Deshaun Watson's out for the year. Their best player, Nick Chubb, out for the year. Myles Garrett's playing on one shoulder. He actually shouldn't be playing.
Yeah,
Conklin is out for the year. One of the best right tackles in football. Denzel Ward was out again today. And he proved, and these past 2 weeks, he's made himself money by not setting foot on the field because that secondary's been getting torched these past 2
yeah,
weeks. Who else has been out? The Browns left tackle Jedrick Wills has been out. Amari Cooper got hurt today. He's going to be out.
damn, Amari's out.
Yeah, he got hurt today. He got hurt last week too, but he played today. They have like 8 guys out for the year. I can't even think of the rest of them off the top of my head. But this year has been the worst year I could ever think of when it comes to injuries. The worst.
it's one of them. Yeah, I mean, Patriots, Ramondre Stevens, I don't know, he may be out for the season with ankle injury.
That what do you call it? That hip tackle, that drop hip tackle, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's one of them. It's tough. I mean,
I heard the NFL is going to try to ban that. It's like, how else do you want players to tackle? Like, it's not as if
I
they're trying to
don't
do
know.
it on purpose.
Yeah, I understand it, but I don't know because now it's like
It's like
I
that
don't
tackle
know.
has been happening forever, and
I
no one's
don't
ever
know.
complained about it.
But saying you,
It's
but
really
any you
because
can, you can hurt somebody on any type of tackle
any
though. So it's
tackle
like I don't. I mean,
exactly
I understand it, but it's like at the same time you can. We seen LT broke somebody's leg over a regular tackle. Like we seen. I mean, end the dude career off of like a rapping dude. You know what I mean?
true. You know exactly why. They want to ban that tackle, right?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I mean,
Well. I know what you're thinking. That's
yeah,
part of it is true for
yeah,
offense per se, and safety primarily offense. But
yeah,
they really want to ban it because it happened to the Dallas Cowboys first.
yeah. I mean,
That's
yes,
if that happened to the Arizona Cardinals last year and they were trash, nobody would care. It's only because it
yeah,
happened to Tony Pollard and the Cowboys in the playoffs that all of some people talked about getting that banning that tackle.
yeah. I don't know.
It's tackle football. What else do you want them to do?
Yeah, yeah. I understand. Yeah, I don't know. I know people. I mean, I don't know. Would you expect you to jump on people's backs now and shit? Like you want all people to jump on people's backs? I mean,
Yeah. Good luck with that. And Derrick Henry running 5 yards to the end zone while you're on his back. Good luck with that.
cause I did shoot. I did that shit. Which that shit is not fun. Cause I that couple times hawking people down. That shit not fun. I made a tackle, but it was not fun because I'm in the air, then I have to go down, and so that's not. I mean, listen. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said before, now you just gotta do things stuff like that. It's like I said, like okay, cool. Because like I said, the hip toss, you doing things and not even like I don't know.
Yeah.
Who truly can't actually who the Super Bowl pick.
He can't pick right now. We ain't even fixing the playoffs. Can we get the playoffs? Can we get this situated? It's still
I mean,
crazy
still, I
right
mean, I
now.
don't know.
Who's my Super Bowl pick? Well, before the season started, I actually had the Ravens and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm still sticking with it, Blue Bolt, because I don't waver or back out of my picks. So I'm sticking with the 49ers and the Eagles and the Ravens. But I won't be surprised if San Francisco comes out of the NFC. But this is what I do know: Ravens coming out of AFC. That's just me. I don't see
The
Yeah,
next
anybody.
God.
we
I,
think
I don't see anybody in the AFC going to Baltimore against that defense and winning. If the Ravens could just stop going for it on fourth down every time and stop turning the ball over, they're 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 pretty much in a class of their own. Honestly, like maybe the 49ers can give them a run for their money, Blue Bolt, but that's really it. And possibly, and maybe the Eagles have a small chance, but that's really it. I don't. If we look how Kansas City's getting their butts whooped by Green Bay right now, I just I don't see them as a viable threat. You know, I like the Browns. Granted, the Browns and the Ravens split, but you know, Buffalo, they're not beating the Ravens. Jacksonville, they're they don't have they're not as physical as Baltimore. Um, the Texans, they're explosive on offense. Their defense is not that good, so I don't see them touching Baltimore. Kansas City, no. Buffalo, no. Um, Miami, they're too finesse. Now, granted, Tyreek Hill is dangerous, but you
Right,
know,
yeah.
Baltimore, they're gonna find ways to make sure Tyreek Hill doesn't beat them. So Blue Bolt, yeah, I have Baltimore coming out of the AFC, and I'm only sticking with the Eagles because that was my pick beginning of the year. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
well, Lee, you gonna see that good game on Christmas Day.
Jared,
What did Jared say? Oh my
J-
goodness,
one player does not make the whole team.
who is he talking about? Who he
Patrick
said?
Mahomes. He said the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes.
Uh-huh.
So what? The
you're right.
Bengals
And they
the
losing
bang
right now to Green Bay.
didn't the Bengals already beat them in the AFC Championship game? Granted, it was 2 years ago,
Right.
and they had Patrick Mahomes. So one player doesn't make a whole roster, Jared. Doesn't make a whole team. And we got to stop with this. Well, this team has set quarterback. Well, that quarterback needs 52 other players on the roster to play well. So Patrick Mahomes could throw for 500 yards. If the defense is not stopping anybody, then Oh well. And where was that? And where? And you said Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, he's great. But did you see what the Eagles did to him on Monday Night Football? Did you see what the Broncos did to them 3 weeks ago? Did you see what the Do you see what the Packers are doing to them now? Did you see what the Lions did to them in the first game of the season? They still have Patrick. The Chiefs still have Patrick Mahomes. Then you can't win by yourself, Jared. It's teams win, not quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, and plus, let's not
I
forget
disagree
though.
with that one, Lee.
Oh my God.
What you said?
I
What?
really think that Patrick Mahomes can win by himself.
No, that I disagree
No, I'm
because
playing with you, Lee. I'm just joking. I'm trolling like you.
oh yeah,
Hey Tiff, you better
Tracy.
be afraid of us on Christmas. That's all I've been saying. I've been saying that for the longest time. You see how the 49ers whoop up on them damn Eagles. That's what's gonna happen to y'all last on Christmas.
The Eagles,
That's what you gotta know.
Their defense is not even that good. We're just agreeing. Their defense is not that. We have a better defense than them.
I mean,
They
let's not forget.
trash.
Let's not hold on. Let's not forget though. Like, hold. Let's calm down though. Now we get it. That was a great win.
Damn.
But
Go
y'all
ahead,
is the
sorry.
same. But y'all is the same team that lost 3 games straight in the
Jared,
season. I mean,
Jared, that's not true.
Yeah, and we still second in the conference.
Jared,
I
that's
mean,
not true. The
that ain't
best
saying
team,
much though. Y'all conference.
Jared, that's not true. The best team usually wins.
Yeah, I don't know what you talking about. That you sound dumb as hell, bro.
Case in point, Jared. Sorry, true. The 2007 Patriots. Case in point. You have
Like, it's
no
not even
comeback.
married. What do you mean the best quarterback don't win it every year, bro? What I mean, what are
The
you
hell is
saying?
he
What are we
talking
saying?
about now?
What
I
are we
don't
saying,
know.
bro?
I don't know,
Bro, but you do realize though, right? Like
Them niggas lost to the Giants twice. The best quarterback
majority of
don't
the
always
you
win.
do realize majority of the contenders are not considered the best quarterback in the league, right? So, like, what are we
The
saying?
fuck?
Like Patrick Mahomes, we can agree that he probably the best quarterback in the league, but and let's be real too.
And
Like
he
you
lost too.
understand, and you need, but let's keep it come having home field advantage matters. Having that bye week and stuff like that, all that matters when it comes to success. And I said this before, and people was jumping the gun talking about Kansas City can have another dynasty, whatever case may be. And it's like, well, that shit ain't easy said than done. Just because y'all saw the Patriots do it, and because listen, y'all want to talk about the Patriots being trash and all that, and talk about where we was at, and you want to super compare yourself to the Patriots, and let's do that. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, they're a dynasty or whatever, but it's hard to be a dynasty. Hard to be a dynasty. And with that being said, when they lose this game, they're definitely not going to be a high seed. They're not definitely not getting the bye week. So they got to go in somebody else's house and try to win.
Yeah. I think the AFC is gonna go through Baltimore.
I hope so, Lee. You know, we need them wins against the Jaguars and the Dolphins. I really could care. I mean, I just want bragging rights for 49ers. But if we get those wins, no, Cuba, it don't affect us in a way. Like if we beat the Dolphins and Jaguars, we
I
will
just be
actually
talking
get
shit.
that number one seed.
Yeah, man, I saw that fun talk, man. I was shit talking to damn Eagles fans. They was talking all that shit in the damn championship game. I was like, I remember this shit.
Wait,
And I was talking my shit too.
Are
Yeah,
Eagles fans really that bad?
They're worst fan base.
They're disgusting, Lee.
After that loss, they act like they beat us when we with a fully healthy squad. They took out both of our quarterbacks and was still talking shit.
Like here's the thing. Like let me put this perspective on the Chiefs real quick though.
I always thought Steelers fans are worse.
I'm gonna tell you this the scoring for you because we all know Chiefs is known for having a high power offense, right? That's the dynasty correct. People were trying to sell me 20 points, 17 points, 41 points, 23 points, 27 points, 19 points, 31 points, 9 points, 21 points again, 17 points, 31 points, 6 points right now. And granted, Kansas City Chiefs defense has been playing very solid, but are they playing absolute? Are they playing? Can that defense sustain and against the other high power teams? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Ringo, you said we gonna choke me. Y'all third in y'all division, 5-7 record.
I mean,
We first in our division.
and I don't know. I mean, granted, I give it I credit they did. They've been playing solid this year, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it ain't what people. It's not easy, man, to win. I don't care who Patrick Mahomes is. It don't really matter.
No, I'm with you. True. Who are the Patriots going to draft that quarterback? Is it going to be Caleb Williams, Drake May?
Hopefully, maybe Caleb Williams. It all really, like I said, it all depends on like what pick we get. It's really, but if we get Caleb Williams, I'm cool with that.
Hey Tiff, Lamar Jackson. I mean, Mac Jones for Lamar Jackson, straight up.
Lee, I don't think that would happen. The organization ain't that stupid.
I mean, hey,
John Harbaugh would actually leave if that was to happen, because that's how he got paid, because Lamar's there.
But Tiff, Baltimore, then they're in a particular, demographic to where they want to, a
no,
they want a face that's on the lighter side, if you know what
I mean. No. Well, Lee, tell them why did they draft all the quarterbacks on a certain complexion on that team? If they wanted to lighten it up, they should have went somewhere else then.
Well, Tiff, that's why they're offending their fan base, because I got no comeback. Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Lee,
you got me there.
It's not just the quarterbacks; it's the coaching staff. They said the coaching staff is all that way too.
I tried to troll. That's the first time it didn't work. You got me there, Tiff. You got me there.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. The 49ers, though, looking good right now.
How did the team I support, the Cleveland Browns, beat the 49ers, but the Eagles have a much better record and they got the bricks?
Yeah, Q, but y'all gonna hold that long.
Cleveland got the best defense in the league, though.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, technically they do, but not these last 2 weeks. These last 2 weeks been awful.
I mean, but it's during that time. But I mean, it's gonna be Ravens looking like they may. Yeah, Ravens looking like they may. I mean, shoot, it's gonna be interesting.
If Chiefs lose tonight, it's practically over in terms of who the AFC is coming through. It's going to be Baltimore, because the Ravens are technically the 1 seed anyways.
No, Lee. Unfortunately, because we didn't play this week, they didn't dropped us to number 2, and why Miami is number 1 right now. This is how BS this is right now.
Wait, what's Miami's record?
They're the same record, but they lost to the Chiefs because the Ravens did not play this week. They jump in front of us.
Oh, okay.
Because of the bye week. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot Ravens have a bye week.
Hey.
But hey, the Ravens bye week is perfect for this time, because it's later in the season. Players get a week off to rest. Browns had their bye week like week 4. That was terrible.
Yes.
See, if I'm in the NFL, I would hate to have a bye week early in the season. I'd rather have my bye week 9, week 10, week 11, week 12.
Yeah, so that's them bye. Yeah, early bye week is crazy.
Oh yeah, true. True, Tiffin, everybody. How did you feel about the college? How do you feel about the college football playoff selection? Florida State, they got screwed.
Yeah, they got robbed. SEC bias.
It's like how are you 13?
Yeah,
How are you a Power
and
Five?
like I said, they're the first undefeated Power Five conference to not get into playoffs. It's crazy.
Oh, they was undefeated
They're
too.
undefeated. Like how did you win? How are you undefeated in a Power Five conference? You win your conference championship game, and you are not in the college football playoff
Like here's the thing, they didn't give up 30 points the whole year.
the whole
Robert
year.
Griffin, yeah, the ACC having a 6-4 record against the SEC this year. So SEC technically, if you want to make a case, was the better conference. It was 6-4. Um, they
Just
had more. I don't understand it. Like
just that
they won.
terrible.
They find ways to win. They find ways to win with a third string quarterback right now. I don't like that's just disrespectful. Like you trying to tell me because that it's they're a Power Five school. They undefeated. They finding ways to win, even with injuries and stuff like that. They ain't allowed what up, Todd? They ain't allowed 30 points the whole year. And
Right.
shout out to Vail. Shout out to Vail. Vail was in the chat earlier. He was trying to say that's not her. He was and Stephen A. Smith. He was on his shout out to Vail. I saw you in the chat earlier. He was on your Stephen A. Smith shit because Stephen A. Smith logic was dumb as shit. Talking about blame TCU because they got blown out by Georgia last year. What does
What does that have to do with this year?
the same okay, it's the same TCU team that beat Michigan last year and Michigan
Exactly.
in the playoff this year. So what does that supposed to mean? That don't mean anything.
And then if you want to go off style points,
That's stupid as hell.
true.
Like
And if you want to go off style points, it took a last second heat for Alabama to beat Auburn.
right, they need bro and Auburn was fucking garbage this year.
Garbage.
They lost to like a low
They lost to New
division.
Mexico.
Yeah, they lost to New Mexico State. They lost to
Yeah,
like
New Mexico
yeah.
State.
Mind you, the only team, the only Auburn, that Auburn team, the only SEC team to ever lose to that team too, by the way. And they paid them to that team, and they lost, by the way. Like Auburn was fucking garbage this year. They having a dog fight with Auburn. I understand the iron ball that shit, but regardless though, Auburn was fucking garbage this year, and they lost to Texas. And you're gonna flip it just because they won the SEC championship. Oh, because we all know it's SEC bias. You got to put an SEC school in there. And it's like, come on, bro,
And
that's bullshit.
Texas lost to Oklahoma, and Oklahoma lost to Kansas.
Exactly. Like, come on now,
Doesn't make any sense. Thank goodness
come
this is
on.
the last year of 14 college football playoff. They should have just started off with the 8 to begin with.
Yeah, that shit is stupid, bro. You gonna sit there and punish the team? Mind you, got seniors on that team. You got seniors on that team. You got juniors, people that you know what I mean, probably going to the NFL. You gonna punish these dudes, and that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. Cause the SEC bias. That's the reason why a lot of schools want to transfer to the SEC.
Exactly. Just
For
so much.
money, not just for money, because it's not just because I mean that's mainly because it is money and revenue, but also they get the biasness and get the recognition. Because like if you're not, if I'm in a you try, I'm in a Power Five school. I'm in the SEC, one of the most known, one of the biggest conferences in NCAA. Period. There's only like only like three conferences you can say that's on a level. The Pac-12, whatever, Big Ten, and that's really in SEC. And that's really it.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, I mean, I don't care. Hey, I know what some of y'all gonna say. What about the Big 12, man? Fuck the Big 12. But I'm just saying, but I mean, it ain't better than ACC. But I'm just saying, like, there been multiple teams in the ACC that won the college championship. You
Yeah,
right, Jared. But to go undefeated and not make the like it, but it's not even. I mean, it's not about them that say going undefeated though. They went undefeated. They didn't. They did. They couldn't do anything better. That's the bullshit about it is what do you expect? What do you want this team to done? They did everything in their power to when it comes to how they won, getting the job done. Like, what do you expect this team to do?
exactly. And Jared,
They
I don't
allowed
care.
30
And Jared,
points the whole season.
exactly. And Jared, I don't care if the committee values more SEC wins. They by the spirit of the rule, they
That's not
got
the
it wrong.
criteria.
That's not the
That's not the
criteria,
criteria. That
and
is
they
not.
got
I
it
mean, you go
wrong.
look it up. Like that's bullshit. But like, I mean, I understand it, but that's bullshit. Like you trying to tell me they ain't you ain't allowed 30 points to nobody all year. Like, what do
All
you
year,
expect the team to do?
and
And
they
then, like I said, that whole SEC shit, that's bullshit. Cause like I said, the ACC had a better record than the SEC this year.
and exactly, and they're also punishing Florida State because the quarterback got hurt, which
They
which
won it, and they still winning games.
still winning games. And ironically, because I support the Buckeyes, the exact same thing happened to the Buckeyes in the very first ever college football playoff. And guess what? Ohio State won the national championship game. So that doesn't hold water either.
Exactly. That's a great example when it comes to if you want to use that. Oh well, like that's it's just BS, man.
That's
It's just
all it is.
absolute BS.
They're going to
Yeah,
next year. They're going to a 12-team college football playoff format, which is better than this trash. But it's just ridiculous. That's all it is. True, you're absolutely right. It's SEC bias. That's all it is.
like come on now. That's foul. As shit. That's just foul, man. That is foul. Like that is foul. That is foul as hell. Like it's foul because like I said before, you what else you wanted this team to do?
Exactly.
Blow out like that? Like have teams scoreless? Because I mean, like that's not you. That's not hard for any. I don't care what season. You ain't give up 30 points the whole year. Is that's highly impressive. And then it's
It's just ridiculous.
I'm go back. I'm looking at like you say go back. Listen, they beat LSU. They 24 points, 13. They allowed 24 points, 13 points, 29 points, 24, 17, 3, 20, 16, 7, 20, 13, 15, 6. The closest they allowed was 29 points. That was the highest score the other team had was 29. Like they was shutting teams down this year. Like they held Louisville to 6 points, by the way. And Louisville's like they ranked school. So this is crazy. Like I said, that whole it's the SEC and that whole SEC don't hold weight when like I said, it's just like come on. Look the record speak for itself.
Nice throw, touchdown, Green Bay.
It's like
Then they
damn.
scored another touchdown. I had to turn this game on my. Oh, thank you. Like I forgot, I got
Yeah,
turned.
I know I'm lag. I'm not John lagging.
I got Peacock, so
Yes.
I can look on my thing.
Yes. This ain't looking good, bro.
I don't know what it is with certain teams. Like certain teams, they just draft certain positions well. Like if all else fails, the Packers are always going to draft wide receivers well for some reason. I've never understood it.
They
It's just
got a
like with the
good
Ravens.
quarterback too.
Yeah, they always draft quarterback and wide receivers well. And with the Ravens, they always draft linebackers well. Always.
Yeah.
With the Patriots, they always draft like corners well. The Jets, they always draft defensive linemen well. Like certain teams just draft certain positions well for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, Bill know I draft like all type of defensive positions well for the most part. I ain't know how to get running backs. I
He
give him that.
he just got to stay away from offensive personnel. He may be the worst.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say he the worst because he did like drafted Tom Brady.
Okay, I'll give you that. But in terms of skill
And
position,
I mean, it ain't the best though. And
oh,
I
sure,
definitely think though, when it comes to like personnel decisions, period though, like as of right now, the game has changed. Like I said, he's been in the game for like I don't know how many years. I mean, over 30 some years. I
40,
think like that.
over
Yeah, I
40
think
years.
that's what I'm saying.
Yo, yo, salute, true, salute, Tiff, Lee,
We
Tracy,
need
Gil.
What's going on, Taj?
Hey,
we need a
Tosh. We know
I
you
wanted
loved it today.
another offensive mind on the on as a GM per se. But like I said, he drafted Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. I mean he drafted Joey Edelman and made him a wide receiver. I mean, so but now it's like the personnel decisions are just trash. Cause like it's like at this point, it used to be good. His personnel decisions used to be good, but now it's like it's just terrible.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like what are
it's,
you doing?
it's because when it comes to skill position players, especially the wide receivers today, wide receivers are no longer the cherry on top. Like they are a part of the ice cream. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying Coach Belichick doesn't know that, but he just has not drafted well in that area at all, with the exception of Julian Edelman. And that
Yeah,
was in the
that's our
seventh
best.
round.
Yeah, that was our best receiver we ever. Like I said, and Troy Brown was already at the picture. He didn't draft Troy Brown. Troy
Already
Brown
there.
was already there.
I mean, he
So
did draft
like,
Deion Branch in the second round, but the
I
only
give him that. But Deion, like I said, Deion Branch was like I said, he ain't draft no elite receiver at all.
mm-mm.
He never drafted elite receiver.
True,
That was me.
you were ecstatic when they traded when the Patriots traded their first round pick, N'Keal Harry. And guess what? He's not on the roster.
Garbage.
Trash, bro. That's just crazy. Like it's crazy. Like we could have had Debo Sam. We could have had a bunch of dudes. AJ Brown. I don't know what it like.
Oh,
I mean,
did you hear AJ Brown? He talked about this last year. He said he for sure thought he was going to be drafted in the first round by the Patriots. For sure. Had a meeting with him and everything. How did Coach
I
Belichick
saw
miss
it.
that?
I
How do
don't
you
know, but
miss that?
like I understand like the Nikhil hit. Listen, and I understand the Nikhil Harry hype, but at the same time, like the other receivers that was there in that class, and look where they at now, and you talk to these guys, and you had a closer look. I don't know. What up, T Killer? We got T Killer in the dude.
Hey, what's good, bro?
Shout out, hey, Tequila.
What's going on,
What's up,
everybody? How
Tiff?
you doing, Tiff? What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah, Jared, to answer your question, yes, they did. That the Chiefs absolutely made a mistake in terms of trading Tyreek Hill. Yes, I get it. They won a Super Bowl last year. They look at the receiving core this year. They are paying the price. It's Travis Kelce or bust in the skill position for the Chiefs. If
Nah,
I'm an
man, you
NFL
got
defense,
Kadarius Tony.
I mean, go
Hey
ahead.
man, Lamont ain't started stream today or what?
Well, yeah, what
Nah, he
you
ain't
got
doing
for
no
the
stream.
debates today? That's what I was looking
They
for.
got can't people. I was told that too many people canceled. And he doing it next week. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
okay.
I was about to smoke something
True,
today.
Do you know who?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I don't know who
No, go
canceled
ahead,
my
bro.
people. I don't know who
Okay.
canceled. I was ready to go.
He was like, I was ready to cook.
Who are you gonna go up against? True, Mahari.
Nah, Nahari,
Yeah, no.
Jalen. I was going to smoke and don't. I'm about to be. Don't tell me who. No, and Lamont. Don't tell me who backed out, who canceled. Don't tell me that, because now I'm about to be pissed off now, because like I could have.
No shows,
I already been
True.
doing my studying. Yo,
True. You talked to Citizen Lou lately?
I talked to him a little bit yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, we was on yesterday, didn't he? Yesterday, true, like late last night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, literally, other than your podcast / platform, Lamont and a Wheezy Bang, I literally just checked out when it comes to podcasts in general because the basketball community is trash. I just can't stand to listen to it anymore. Yeah, the basketball community is the worst community in all the sports.
Nah, you
It
got a
ain't
point
close.
there.
It's the worst
Hey,
community
man,
in all
but
the sports. It ain't close.
It might be them damn wrestling community, man. Them motherfuckers is some hypocrites.
Oh
man.
yeah, that's a fact.
They just shit
That's
on
a fact.
everybody. I'm sorry. They gotta be up
Yeah,
there.
Cuba. Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
we got
Okay. You
casual.
may
We
be
got
right
casual
though that. But take away kayfabe.
Yo,
The basketball
Oh
community
yeah,
is
for
the
sure. Real
worst community of
sports.
all the
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. I can't do it. The basketball community is the only community that will big up Magic Johnson, but then disregard Bill Russell and say, well, Bill Russell only played against 8 teams. Like that's his fault.
Hey, man. Listen, man. People say a lot of dumb stuff, man. That's why we gotta educate these fools, man.
wait, I don't think
I
that
mean, people.
like, are we talking about all of the basketball community? Or are we talking about some?
I'm saying the
I mean, of
majority.
course, it's some. I mean, of
Oh,
course, it's some. I
I'm
yeah,
saying
mean,
the
I don't.
majority in general.
It might
shout out to
it might
Hooper
be a case of different
Podcast.
circles. Yeah, it might be a case of
Shout
different
out to
circles
Hooper.
because
Yeah.
the circles that I've been associated with, we all like recognize to give players the proper respect they deserve for their respective areas.
Man, Jared, the hell you talking about, man? This shit is trash.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
You're a part of it. You say everybody chokes when they lose.
I'll
Yeah, it's kind of
Oh man, look at
Jared.
He took the shit out of you, Jared. I ain't gonna. That was a slight.
Cuba's absolutely right about that, Jared. But yeah, Hoopster, you may be right. I'm not saying that there's no good podcasts or platforms when it comes to the basketball community. I'm just saying in general, it's trash. It's just horrible.
Yeah, I would respectfully, bro. If I was you, I would only search out people that are well connected between a root of two platforms: Players Choice, FYF.
I boycotted Players Choice. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And True knows this. That's why he's laughing.
Well, no. It's not Players Choice exactly. It's the people that are associated through Players Choice. The Legend of Winnings of the world.
Yeah, I like Legend. I've talked to him a few times. I like Low.
Yeah, the Mars. I think his thing is Mars Talk Sports of the world.
Yeah,
I come from Players Choice and FYF. I was privileged of being connected to both. True to Kings, the A30s of the world, like all of our platforms, like we all are talking like very intelligently when we talk about like NBA history and hope. So
for
like,
sure.
Like looking at like the people that stem from those two brands.
Chilltown
is the best. Yeah, the Chilltowns of the world, the Fluence. Yeah. Those people. Check those people out. Stay away from these people that like sort of are trying to like build their own circles because they aren't pushing the same conversations that we're pushing.
Right. They definitely
Can I ask
not.
you a football question? No disrespect, brother. No disrespect.
Yeah, no, you cool.
I was thinking about something because the Patriots are trash. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in Boston, and a lot of people are talking. Everybody's saying we need a QB. We need a QB, right? What do you think about like Marvin Harrison Jr.? Like, what if we get that guy and like
we need
start
a quarterback
getting...
first, though.
True. Can I answer that?
Thank you, because dude, I knew you were gonna say that, and that's why I just want to start a conversation. Go ahead.
Can I start off with that? True. I've actually,
go ahead, bro.
I'm connected to Ohio State. I'm in the area. Like I'm good friends with C.J. Stroud and Emeka Egbuka, Xavier Johnson. I've talked to Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, we dapped each other up. We talked a few times. Jackson Smith and Jigba. But this is what I will say in regards to Marvin Harrison Jr. Number one, the Bears have the number 1 overall pick. And, they have the Panthers number 1 overall pick. And the Cardinals have the number 2 overall pick. Worst case scenario, Marvin Harrison Jr. ain't slipping past 2.
No.
And honestly, I don't even think he's slipping past 1. I think the Bears are going to draft him number 1 overall. But let's just say, for the sake of this discussion, for some odd reason, both the Bears and the Cardinals passed up on Marvin Harrison Jr. If I'm the Patriots, I get it. I know they need a QB. And I know this term generational talent gets thrown out a lot, and it does. But if Marvin Harrison Jr. is staring at you, I don't care if I need a QB. I don't care if I need an offensive line.
If Caleb Williams there,
Thank you. Thank you, bro.
You gotta take it.
I give you.
I'm just saying, bro, we gotta build somewhere. The whole team is flawed.
I get what you.
The whole
I get
team.
what you're saying.
And one more thing, True. One more thing, True.
Who's gonna throw him the ball?
And one more thing. Here's what I would say in regards to Caleb Williams, and the reason why I would choose Marvin Harrison Jr. Because I'm not saying Caleb Williams is not talented. He is. He's absolutely talented.
Right.
But I have a better chance of drafting a player that has similar traits to Caleb Williams in next year's draft or the following year's draft in 2025 than getting another Marvin Harrison Jr. in the next 5 to 10 years. But in the next 10 years.
And I understand that, but here's the thing,
Sanders will probably be coming
we just need, and listen, I understand that we need to upgrade from that wide receiver position, but I'm looking like this. Listen, I would like to have Marvin Harrison on my team. I'm not denying that whatsoever, but at the same time, the QB is more of a need than a wide receiver right now. That's just the fact of the matter. I mean, if we get a quarterback, we get Caleb Williams. Mind you, let's and the reason why I'm saying is, well, okay, and the reason why I'm saying is because it's like, well, Calvin Ridley's a free agent next year. Mike Evans a free agent next year. So we going to have, you know what I mean? We may have options when it comes to getting more help upgrade for the receivers. You know what I mean? Mind you, Bill Belichick, we don't know what that situation. He may get traded, so he may get traded somewhere. Maybe the Chargers. We get some draft picks, but you know what I mean?
Jared, the Bears aren't taking Caleb because number one, Caleb Williams is not fixing that franchise day one because they're still going to have the same problem.
They're keeping Fields.
And plus, Justin Fields is not even the problem.
They're keeping Fields.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think we're gonna get this delivery. I look at the QB as like the delivery system, right? The whole setup,
Right.
but you need weapons to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We need
I
bullets.
agree.
We don't got bullets right now.
I agree though, but at the same time though, if we don't have a gun, so how you have a bullets? We don't have a gun.
True, I will say this too.
So I mean,
because
it's a conundrum.
I've said this from jump in regards to CJ Stroud. I think he was clear away the best prospect over the last 10 years. If CJ Stroud was coming out in 2024 and the Patriots had the chance to choose between Marvin Harrison Jr. and CJ Stroud, okay, I would agree. Go with CJ. I would give you that. But with Caleb Williams, I'm just not seeing this
generation
talent. I just don't see it.
He may not be generational.
He may not be.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but Caleb Williams,
none of these guys are gonna guarantee you greatness. Like, that's why I'm saying.
Right, but the thing about Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams has the arm talent, something that we haven't had. I mean, we haven't had that.
That is true.
We didn't have that. We didn't have natural arm talent guy since Bledsoe. Honestly, Tom Brady had to get to where Tom Brady had to become. He had to get better with his mechanics and stuff like that. But like we didn't. I mean, having Caleb Williams I'm taking Caleb Williams. Like and here's the thing too. There's other good receivers in the draft.
Yeah, but none of them are Marvin Harrison Jr. though. True.
They really not. That's why I said his name.
What's the point of getting Marvin Harrison Jr. and not and get a weak ass quarterback?
True.
Bro, what is Brock Purdy doing on the 49ers?
Perfect. He's in a perfect.
He's in a great.
He's in a system. A quarterback ain't gonna help.
Pieces around him. That's all I'm saying. True.
Perfect example, everyone.
But Brock Purdy, but they scouted well. They scouted well.
Remember the
Mr. 900. 900,000, and he's winning.
Perfect example for you guys. I didn't mean to cut anybody off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother.
Remember the 2021 draft? Now, granted, this particular team that I'm speaking of, they already had a good quarterback, but everyone was saying with this particular team, hey, because of what happened to said quarterback, we have to get we have to get a left tackle no matter what. This particular team said, we are staring at a wide receiver that we're not going to get in another 10 years. Like, we're not going to get another opportunity. Well, this particular team went to the Super Bowl and we're one play away from winning. And that's the Cincinnati Bengals with Jamar Chase. And they don't sniff the Super Bowl that year without Jamar Chase. Right. So it's been proven that at times a wide receiver can be your best player, but I'm sorry, Jamar Chase was their best player. He could be your best player, and at the same time, he can elevate your team better than a left tackle or any other position. So in other words, sometimes you just got to take the best player. I'm always taking the best player over need any day of the week.
At the same time,
I'm always doing it. I'm always doing it.
And I understand that, but at the same time, though, like I said before, we draft Marvin Harrison. Who's going to throw him the ball? Who's going to throw him the ball? That's really I mean, our offensive line been trash. The offensive line been trash. Who's going to throw him the ball?
That's true. But I would rather sacrifice.
And then
he's gonna get.
And mind you, who going to throw him the ball? And mind you, who going to throw him the ball? And then mind you, this not put things in context of what division we're playing. We play in the AFC East, where there's great D backs. When there's nobody the quarterback going to throw him the ball. And like, come on.
That's so true. I give you that, but I'd rather sacrifice a year of that particular problem and then get a better one next year than to pass up on someone like Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm sorry.
I'm not passing up.
I'm just not.
Sorry, bro. I'm not trying to interrupt.
No, that's all.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this, though. Having, like I said, and when you talking about Brock Purdy, 49ers not winning the Super Bowl. So let's not. I don't know why we even mentioning they're not winning the Super Bowl. Tell me with Brock Purdy, they're good. Yeah, granted, but
wait, what?
But yeah, they're good. They're good, granted. But like I said before, we in the AFC East, and you trying to tell me that we're going to have the fourth best quarterback? We will have the fourth best quarterback
Jared,
in the division. Expect to be successful. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that whatsoever. I don't care.
Jared, that's not true. Every single position, every single player is replaceable. Just because you have the label QB doesn't mean you're irreplaceable. That's not true. If that were the case, Jared, if that were the case, then the 49ers never would have got rid of Trey.
I mean, I understand.
So
I understand. If Caleb won't get taken, then okay, you take Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, I understand.
I disagree.
I want a QB as much as you two. I really do. I just don't think we land dude. That's why I think like
what up, Sean?
That's all I'm saying. Is like, why not build? Give this guy some weapons. Brady was a nobody when he came in.
Get who weapons?
You never know.
Get who weapons? Mac Jones is broken. Mac Jones broken.
I said until we get another. I'm just saying, true. I don't think we can get another guy next year necessarily. That's going to change.
Man, why can't we get another guy? Listen. If all I'm saying is this, there's solid receivers is going to be free agents next season.
Yeah, but are they going to go to New England?
That's the order.
I mean, they could. I don't know. Like you said before, money talks.
I mean, because if Calvin Ridley still plays like this, Jacksonville's not going to let him out the door. They're going to give him the bank.
Hey, Mike Evans, a free agent. It's a handful of free agent wide receivers next year. And then, like you said, there's still some good free wide receivers in the draft. I'm not comfortable just drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. and then
I am.
Then waiting on and then having clearly having the fourth best quarterback. So having the fourth best quarterback hands down in the division the weakest quarterback in the division.
Now, if they
I'm not
now
comfortable
if
with
they
that.
were in
I'm not
Super
comfortable with that.
if they were in Super Bowl contention, or let's just say playoff contention, then I'll give you that. But they ain't close to winning the Super Bowl anytime soon or playoff
Yeah,
contention.
we're trash
But
anyway. You got to start
right, but
somewhere, True.
here's the problem though. Another teams AFC East, even let's say Aaron Rodgers with the Jets, they're a step ahead of us. They're a step ahead
True,
of us.
I'm glad you
The
mentioned
Bills
Jared,
is
what the
True,
fuck you talking about, dog? Jerry
true.
Rice had goddamn Steve Young and Joe Montana. Like, what the
Anyways,
fuck?
well, ignore him, Cuba. True, I'm glad you mentioned the Jets because last year people wanted the Jets to either draft another quarterback or
right.
draft their offensive lineman. You think they regret drafting Garrett Wilson? I don't, because he was the best
Here's the
player
thing,
available. He's the best
right?
player available.
But that being said, though, I understand that, of course. But that's why they got, but they eventually got Aaron Rodgers, though. But at the same time, though, I mean, it ain't a lot of they got a good situation to get Aaron Rodgers, or whatever.
I mean,
And the
true.
only reason,
True.
That is true. Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
I mean, the question is are the Jets attracted to Aaron Rodgers if they don't have Garrett Wilson?
That's my point.
So if you're the Patriots, and I was talking with a buddy of mine last night about this. I said, if you're the Patriots and the Patriots have the first pick in the draft, hypothetically, and they think Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best player in this draft, I think you take Marvin Harrison Jr. I think you say with a guy like that, he's going to attract quarterback talent, whether it's in free agency or a guy who's saying, hey, I'm trying to be traded. I'm looking at, where I'm trying to get. Like, there's an opportunity there just because he's such a generational talent. I mean, he might be the best receiver prospect probably since Randy Moss. And that's no slight to Calvin Johnson. He's just so good. He's just that good. And his stop. So you know what I mean? So I think it'd be funny having a Harrison playing for the Patriots.
Right, the irony.
Yes,
but
hey,
I think if you're the Patriots, I think the Patriots have the responsibility to take talent, to add talent, regardless of position. If Marvin Harrison is the best player in this draft, you take Marvin Harrison Jr.
I mean, like I said, and I understand that. My pushback is because, like I said before, we don't know what
I'm telling you, bro, he's
for
getting open for any Q. It doesn't fucking matter.
I get what you're saying, but all right, but tell that with Mac Jones how he been playing so far. He getting benched by Bailey Zappi.
I mean, he was good for 1 year.
Just saying,
I'm
just saying, man. I mean,
until we get off of him, I just want to build the team. True, that's all.
I'm like I said, I'm reason why I have a little pushback because of the I don't know exactly what's going to be his off season. Now, if I had a clear understanding of what's going to happen, what's going on, you know what I mean? Especially what's going to happen to Bill Belichick and stuff like that, then okay, cool. Because I don't know if it's a clear understanding what the plan going to be. Then okay, cool. Let's pick up Marvin Harrison because, like I said, okay, cool. Because let's say we pick up Marvin Harrison, going to Sean's point, he going to may attract some people. Who is that quote Aaron Rodgers to be somebody attract per se? Not necessarily like the level, but you get what I'm saying.
I agree with you. True,
there's a lot of questions. It's just a lot of questions, though. That's all I'm saying.
True, I agree with you, but at the same time, I'm just saying. Look, that's why GMs get paid for a reason. Figure it out. Draft the best player, which is Marvin Harrison Jr. by a mile. Figure it out. Figure it out.
And also, just to be clear, there are scouts that don't think Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in this draft. Crazy,
that too.
There's true. These guys that's high.
That part.
Jaden Daniels.
That's higher on Drake May than they are.
I like Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, LSU. Check him out.
So, and again, I don't think it's so much drafting a quarterback. I think it's, are you the type of team that can develop the quarterback?
That's
right.
That's the question.
That's who I want to draft.
Yeah, I ain't. That's. Yeah,
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, listen, it was a good question, but it's like I said before. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't. Like I said, if we do draft Marvin Harrison, I'm not gonna be mad. Like I said, it's still Marvin Harrison Jr., right? But like my thing is, the next step is we need a quarterback and the offensive line.
Well, yeah, that too.
Build on the offensive line.
I just to answer Killer's question. I just don't think.
Can one of y'all? Oh, well, can one of y'all please acknowledge Jared for his damn take, whatever he's trying to say. He done said in the last 10 messages that he done posted in the chat that the quarterback should be taken under.
How you gonna say they on crack though? Like, hold on.
I don't know shit about football. Can y'all please acknowledge his damn?
Man, you probably got no.
Hold on.
Look, I'm gonna say it. Okay, Jared, number one. Okay, you're talking about Caleb Williams as if he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Number one, the reason why people are comparing Patrick Mahomes for two reasons. Number one, he plays off script. Number one, it's for two reasons. It's only for two reasons. He plays off script a lot, that backyard football stuff, which works in college. Yeah. Number one, and number two, he's light skinned. That is it. That's it.
Like them off script plays.
The team is trash. Try to get the team better. How about that?
Even with that though, you talking about
take Caleb.
Crack. Like, if people saying people's on crack, Caleb Williams was not hands down the best quarterback in college. Let's make that shit clear.
I mean, he's good.
Let's make that shit clear.
The receiver.
Like I think he's gonna be a good quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he has the potential, but like, let's not make it seem like he's like hands down the best quarterback in college.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of college. Who is the best quarterback in college?
It's us. That's the debate.
Cuba, to be real, there is no real true number one best quarterback in college.
People say Shedeur. People say Shedeur Sanders. People say I heard people a lot of different names
coming out.
I mean, it's some really good quarterbacks in college. It's a matter of where they go, and are you going to build the system around what they do well?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to build the team around what they do.
Yep,
that's it.
Okay.
I don't know why even Jerry was saying that like he can break it down or something. You act like you saying that. What up, man? You act like you can break it down. Like why we gonna crack? Like you saying that like
yeah.
Damn
well, yeah, Hoopster. So what I was saying about players' choice, you're right in terms of picking, or listening to people with credibility. My thing with, and you're right. You're not wrong at all. It's just I haven't listened to, and that's why True laughed earlier because of what I was about to say. I have not watched Player's Choice since last year, where I forgot who said it, but someone said Jason Kidd is nothing more than the black Ricky Rubio, and I just turned it off. I've not watched it since.
I think that was Jalen that said that shit.
I've not watched it since.
Oddly enough, Jalen came on the FYI. So Jalen is
a TV in there too.
Oh, is he that? Is he Asian?
No,
Indian.
I think he's of Indian descent.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, man. I was
gonna smoke him today. They love it. I was about to smoke shit out of him today.
That was horrible.
Damn. Wait, what happened? What happened? I heard there was supposed to be like a little debate.
They can't. I guess people cancel. I was told people cancel. I was told. I was ready to go. So this is why I did the stream last minute because I was like, damn, I could have had it set up. It's like, but we're here now. But like, shoot.
Sturdy came to my show talking about he was gonna he was getting warmed up for Ox.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of Cause I was doing Moses Malone versus Shaq. I was debating for Moses Malone. I had that was gonna be a good one.
Wait, Moses Malone versus Shaq and what?
That was the debate. Moses Malone over Shaq.
Who was better?
Yeah. Greater, better, whatever. Hey, listen. Do you research? You'd be surprised, man. Moses Malone is definitely in that conversation.
I have. My only question is like, what's the angle you were gonna use?
I can't. I want y'all. You wait and see. Just wait. This is an angle. It is an angle though. It's a couple angles too. Low blows. I'm going low. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like hey, listen.
Go on
You know,
Fight
be
Club.
team players. I'll
We'll
give you a
talk
hint.
about it.
Team player stuff. This is a lot. Listen, that was
You
gonna be a
going
good
the
one.
narrative route. This nigga going the
I,
narrative route,
you
y'all.
know, man,
Oh,
That's
but it's going to hit. But here's the
crazy.
thing, though, but here's the thing, casual. It's
Let's
all going to
go.
land. It's going, but it's going to make sense though, and it's like, damn, it's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's
oh,
going to
Are
hit.
you going wait, Tom? Are you going to bring up his Shaq's antics and lack of like his lack of
free throw shooting.
willing to abide by the rules in LA, like towards the latter
Hey,
years?
not just LA. He has back and forth with other people too. Other great basketball. I'm gonna leave it. Listen, I'm gonna leave it alone. Hey, listen. Hey, that's a little. That's
Yeah,
a
don't
little
give too
angle
much
though.
away. Don't give
That's
too
a
much
little
away,
angle
man.
Black
though.
Ricky
But
Rubio
nah,
is
but
crazy.
my main stuff is basically like that's just a little. I only got like maybe like 30 seconds of that though. I'm gonna go in that pocket just real quick and then just like I said, Moses Malone. A lot of people, I think, because there's a lot of things that people don't know about Moses Malone. You know what I mean? How great he was. I mean, the fact that he played for so many teams kind of hurt him when it comes to the fact that he wasn't known for being on one organization. So it's like it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be a history lesson if people don't know. If people don't know.
Yeah.
And longevity too.
And casual. Oh yeah. My other gripe in regards to the basketball community. I remember one time, I forgot whose show I was on, but somebody asked me to name my top 10. And I said honest, and I said to I think it was Big Art. Maybe it was Big Art. I can't remember, but they asked me to name my top 10 like players of all time. I said, "You honestly want my list?" And then people were like, "Yeah, we want to hear your list." I said, "I don't have one." And and
It's
and
funny.
the person said, "Why?" I said, "Because people were saying why." I said, "Because I think it's too subjective. It's way too subjective. You know, whoever you want to put the top 10, a lot of them didn't play against each other. And if they did, they didn't play against each other, you know, during their prime. The game was a lot different for each era. Rules were different. So I just said, you know what, because, you know, situationally things were different in terms of, you know, the foundation of how rosters were constructed and all that, and how it's also not a one-on-one game sport.
Yeah.
It's just too subjective. So I don't have a list. I used to. And then as I watched more basketball and really did my research and studies, so you know what? It's too hard for me to say, okay, well, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Well, you know what? He didn't play against Wilt Chamberlain, so I can't say he's the GOAT. Well, Wilt Chamberlain didn't play against Shaq. So you know what I'm saying?
Do a GOAT at their
Well,
position?
I think that that's a fair way to view it, right? Like I've talked to people that they don't want to do a list. Like my co-host Zeno doesn't like doing lists because he feels like his depending on the information that he gets or the mood he's in, his list will change. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always fluid. So he prefers not to do a list at all because you know it'll always that way that when he depending on the information he has before him, he can be able to like develop his opinion based off of that at that time. But I feel like a list is necessary, especially like being in on a panel like this, right? Where you're debating stuff, you're debating your beliefs versus somebody else, and you're holding them to a consistent, you know, to a certain level of consistency based off of what they view, what they believe in, right? And so when you're doing that, you have to also, you know within yourself what you believe in, what your values are in the sport of basketball or football or whatever you're debating. And so in that sense, I think that lists are a good way to gauge your beliefs, right? Like what exactly you value on a from a very important to least important. And that allows you to be able to gauge, okay, well, like for instance, in my opinion, I value longevity to the infinite. I value longevity over everything. So LeBron James is my GOAT, right?
That's fair.
But to somebody
Yeah, I
else,
can dig that.
they may value Michael Jordan's prime and his peak over LeBron James, and I have no problem with that.
That's
but
fair.
Then I would ask, all right, who comes after that? Then who comes after that? And who comes after that? Just to see, like, does your logic remain consistent? So that's why I think where lists are really important. But just to make a list, like just so you could fit in, no, I absolutely agree with you. I don't think that that's necessary.
Yeah, that's everything you stated is absolutely fair. Like for me, um, when I did have a list, I always valued efficiency. But that was just me, efficiency. And I could have player A on and player B's not listed, but the consensus goes for player B. But I said, wait a second, efficiency matters in basketball. In the game of basketball, efficiency matters, but people just don't look at that. Another thing, I have two more gripes. One, sometimes people choose players, as I don't want to say the GOAT or as, a top 10 or top 5 player, or say they're the best or they're better than said player because they're aesthetically pleasing to their game is aesthetically pleasing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never liked that. I said, okay, Shaq's game wasn't aesthetically pleasing to watch, but he got the job done. That's all that matters. Did you get the job done or not? Number one. And then number two, I get it that people have their favorite players and people have their biases, but it's okay to acknowledge that maybe in your era your favorite player was not better than somebody else's favorite player. Like case in point, if you want to say Michael Jordan was the greatest in his era, no problem with that. If you want to say Magic was the greatest in his era, no problem with that. Like for me, people know I'm from Salem, Massachusetts. Paul Pierce is my guy. I support Paul Pierce. But I can acknowledge he ain't touching LeBron. I can acknowledge that with no problem. Right. But if you have someone who Ralph is probably listening, but if you have someone who likes Kobe and you say, okay, Tim Duncan was better than Kobe, you're about to get cussed out. And sometimes people talk, and that's another thing. Sometimes people treat Tim Duncan as if he's a bum compared to Kobe. It's disgusting. But yeah, man, that's just my gripes, and that's another reason why I don't really have a GOAT per se.
Do you have a GOAT at their position?
Oh, go ahead.
At your position, or you say best players at their position: Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, and Duncan.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Here's what I mean by that. Yes, in terms of it makes a little bit more sense than saying, okay, these are top 10 players of all time. But no, in terms of if I say yes, it opens Pandora's box and people are going to look at me as a hypocrite. So it's like it's 50-50. So on one side,
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I'm sorry, I didn't. I missed
yeah. So I said yes and no. So yes, in terms of if you have the greatest players in their positions, it makes a little bit more sense for me to say, okay, here are the 5 best players, or here's the best player at each position, and then kind of break it down that way, as opposed to saying that, okay, these are the 5 or 10 best players in NBA history. But I also said on the flip side, I could also say, no, I don't really go off that metric as well in terms of, the best players or the best 5 players in each, or the best player in each position in NBA history, because it would be me opening up Pandora's box and I would be a hypocrite.
Well, I mean, I don't think you would be a hypocrite if you, like it. I think in some manner, like how often are you on panels, like debate panels or stuff?
I'll listen. I'm not as active as I used to. I'll listen every now and then.
Okay. Well, yeah. Seeing as you're not on it that often, then no. Like, yeah, you're not required to have that. But I think for the people like True, you and me, or even T Killer when he comes onto your panel, like often when you go live, like when we get on these lives, they're gonna hold us to what we say. So we need to have that list and make sure that it's as consistent as possible with what our beliefs are. So that's where we have to do it. But for people that don't get on debate panels and, not saying it in a bad way, but are casually watching basketball or casually watching debate shows and stuff like that, you're not required to come with a list, because times out of 10, the people that you're going to talk basketball against, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not consistent in their own right.
So I would say, for me, to answer the question about the great position or greatest at a position, I don't think we can do that anymore, particularly when we've seen positional expectation change, right?
That's
30 years ago, point guards didn't shoot. Now,
yeah, they did.
No, not like they do now.
You're talking about Curry and Dame and stuff, yeah.
He's talking. You must be talking about like volume of 3-point shots.
But I'm saying like just volume shooting. Period. Like your point guards weren't averaging 20, 25 field goal attempts a game. If they were shooting guards.
Or
I mean, I think the volume, like the volume of shots, the shot attempts, has little to do with necessarily the player themselves, but necessarily the state that basketball is in. Like the pace that we're at is more prevalent than in the 2000s. It's more prevalent than the 1990s. So I think as far as the pace goes, is why so many shots are being taken. Why you're seeing Tyrese Halliburton, which I think we all.
I think the game getting played differently though. The game, I think because the pace is basically the same as the '80s right now, right? I mean, if you look at the '80s, the pace is basically like it's around like the '80s and it's very similar. The difference, but the thing about the '80s and the day, the game's getting played differently. The game technically been positionless in a sense, right? You always had undersized players. You always had players that was good at, you know what I mean? But it's more prevalent. The positionless is more like prevalent now than ever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, when you build NBA teams now, it's not before it was about necessary position. Now it's like we're drafting off of just talent, and you know what I mean.
Well, I don't think.
So
Okay. I won't.
True.
Say,
Let me
I
answer
won't
this
disagree with you. Yeah, I won't disagree with you. From like the standpoint of like, I think in a general standpoint, I think that is sort of the burden that like our circles, like the FYFs, the Players' Choices circle, is trying to debunk. But to me, I'm trying to like educate the ones that don't know about it on like don't rank all-time lists based on, well, I mean, this man Tyrese Halliburton this year is averaging 27 and 11, so we can go ahead and knock that nigga John Stockton out the way and put Tyrese Halliburton.
yeah, I don't do that.
He's
Yeah, I don't do that.
like
Yeah,
I'm trying to educate people.
yeah,
That's not a way to evaluate a player's talent. You should evaluate them based on their era relative to era, how good they were, and for how long. Like the longevity matters. Like Tyrese Halliburton is doing it this year. John Stockton was doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing this shit for like 15.
It's different context. Like I said, in the game, and like I said, John Stockton, the game was played differently. Like I said, the one thing people have said about John Stockton is, well, we should have shot the ball more. You know what I mean? But during that era where it was like, well, it was point guards. There was great scoring guards at the time in the past, but the main thing was them to facilitate the offense, start, you know what I mean, initiate the offense, not really and look for their shot second per se.
Mm-hmm.
True. Let me answer this. True. It's Jared.
I don't think I disagree with that logic as well.
I ignore him. I don't even. What do you say? This what Jared said? This area really doesn't have many pairs. Let me.
Not that one.
Okay, you go.
The one where he said he asked me a question. He said, in terms of having a bag, does that factor in?
That's just stupid.
How much do you guys value the bag of a player when ranking all-time greats?
Okay, so I'll answer that. I don't, Jared, and here's why. Tim Duncan, perfect example. From how having a bag is defined today.
That shit's stupid as hell.
Tim Duncan didn't have the largest bag in the world per se. He just got the job done. Big fundamentals.
Right.
And then number one. And then number two, if you want to apply that to today's game, in terms of why, I'm not saying having a bag is not important, but why that doesn't make you a fantastic basketball player. Jordan Poole.
Exactly. Like, and my whole thing is this: like, the whole bag shit is stupid. Like, I know a lot of street ball players. I know a lot of people from the N1s, the ball is lives.
Jamal
Right.
Crawford
They
got
have
a
a lot of
bag. He
bags.
ain't
They got
top 10.
one on they have one-on-one tournaments going on right as we speak. People that quote unquote got the bag and got the crazy
Are you
handles and
effective
the
or not?
The fuck is
it's
he
like that
talking
don't
about, bro?
exactly. At the end of the day, if you can't, at the end of the day, are you are you productive or not? That's all that really matters.
Yeah. Do
Right.
you
Kyrie
have a
Irving,
high basketball IQ or not?
for example, Kyrie Irving has the best basketball handles of all time. What does that mean?
That means
What
that
does
he's
that
Jared's
mean?
GOAT because he values the bag.
I'm just saying, what does that mean? Jamal Crawford, listen, Jamal Crawford, Kyrie Irving, one of the most exciting players with the like. What does it mean? Great
Nah,
players. I
go
mean,
James.
no
Go James. You
disrespect.
want to know what's funny?
Jamal
Bill Russell
Crawford.
did have a
But
bag. Bill Russell did have a bag. Bill Russell had a defensive bag. Bill Russell could clamp your ass up on the perimeter,
Facts.
transition, in the
like,
paint. Where you want him? Where you want him? Where you want him? He could be able to
like,
rebound. He could be able to get those defensive
like
rebounds.
that
He was the
whole.
first. He was the first
Oh.
big man. He
I
was the
hate that
first big
bag. I
man
hate
that
that bag. That's what I'm saying. I hate that bag argument. That
yeah,
bag
I think
argument
yeah,
Chris
he
is
is
was
talking
the
about
first
wild.
big
offense,
man
though.
that popularized blocking the
I
shot
hate.
while keeping the
I
ball still in
swear.
play.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
name
but
me
Like
another big man that got
A
that
lot of
bag.
people don't talk
well,
about
well,
Yeah,
defense when it comes to
and here's
bags.
the
Go
and here's
ahead,
the thing.
sorry.
And here's the thing. Like, I hate that bag argument. It gets so stupid. Like, mind you, like if you talk to baseball
Damn.
people, you talk to soccer people, and you talk to all these different people talking sports. That whole shit don't even exist, bro. What the fuck is a bag, bro? Like, that shit don't mean shit,
It
bro.
really
I
don't.
mean, as long as you productive,
Bag is
like
when
come
you
on,
talk
bro.
to casuals that only view basketball through a standpoint of highlights. When you watch the
Yeah,
Kyrie Irving highlights and you see him do the tween and he dribbles through traffic to get a crazy layup, but it doesn't add in the context of 3 other attempts he had that he didn't make that
yeah,
shot.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
right.
that's when the bag
and
talk
casual.
starts to
As a
come in.
result, Kyrie Irving and Rod Strickland are both better than Michael Jordan in that
well,
case.
who's to take it further, right? Everybody on here, I'm sure, has watched the Boondocks. Riley had a bag,
That's my shit.
but he couldn't play
Right.
because
Riley had a bag.
he didn't know how to use it within the team construct, which is the other point.
Facts.
A lot
Yeah.
of people get crazy about this idea of the individual bag. If you can't play 5-on-5 and don't know how to use it in the context of 5-on-5, who cares?
Right.
Hey, Sean, I'm gonna one
That's
up you.
it.
Steve Urkel had a damn bag, Jared.
Like, it's crazy. Like, you may went too far. Some people don't know you be talking about, but
Oh,
you know.
since
But
all of
hold
this,
on. Let me.
go ahead.
My
Sure,
fault. My fault. Let me address this era. Really doesn't have many pure point guards. Let me. Like, can we stop with the pure point guard shit, bro? There's
Yeah.
plenty of different ways to skin a cat, bro. Kevin Johnson didn't play this. I mean, if you want to, let's go to a quote unquote a pure point guard era. Kevin Johnson didn't play like John Stockton. John Stockton didn't play like Gary Payton. Gary Payton didn't play like Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway didn't play like Mark Jackson and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they was considered quote unquote pure point guards.
True, I'm offended. You didn't mention Greg Anthony.
No, look, no, because that's not even the area they consider pure point guards. They like to bring
I'm just not. A lot of people say, but
look,
we
they
can
like
keep
to
going
bring
forward.
they
But
like to bring look,
yeah.
no, but I'm saying true. They like to bring up the 80s because they think of Magic Johnson, right?
Right.
Do they realize that Norm Nixon was also on that team with him? Do they realize that Gus Williams was playing for the Supersonics, the championship? Gus Williams was on the championship in the 70s, I believe.
Dennis Johnson. I mean,
Dennis
we
Johnson,
it's
along
like
with
we.
Dennis Johnson,
Johnson.
Mo Cheeks, was he viewed as a pure point guard?
I
Michael
mean,
Ray
it's
Richardson.
just. I mean, if you can. I mean,
Nobody
if you can
cared
play the
what they
position,
were, as long as they
if
were.
you
Yeah, that's a good point.
They were
if you
just
can play
great
that
point
position
guards.
at effective, if you can play that position at effective level, that's pure as me. I mean, what is a pure center? Like, what is a pure power forward? What is a pure shooting guard? Like, that shit's
Yeah,
stupid.
exactly.
At the end of the day, I don't care what. listen, Mark Jackson, one of the greatest passers of all time. Quote unquote, people consider a pure point guard. At the end of the day, if I need a point guard, I'm taking Steph Curry over Mark Jackson any day of the week. I don't care. You take it if it's a fact. I don't care. You know what I mean? It
Walt
just, I mean,
Frazier wasn't
listen.
a pure point guard. Jerry West wasn't a
Yeah, I
pure
mean, at the end
point
of the
guard.
day,
Pete
you can play the,
Maravich,
if you
Nate
can play that
Archibald. Like,
position
there's a slew of
effectively.
for every one point guard you can view as pure point guard. There's like 4 others that's behind him that's playing that not only are going against the
Who
grain of
was it?
pure point
Who
guard,
cares? Hold
but they're
on.
better than them.
Who
What
cares about being a
what
pure point
GM
guard
calls
though?
a team and says, "I need a pure point guard"?
Exactly.
Well,
Like
no
Yeah,
one.
that shit's stupid. That shit's stupid, bro. If you can play are you a point guard? Okay, can you play? Okay, cool.
Say, since
Like, what are we
since
saying?
we're all
Like,
having a knowledgeable discussion, all of us know the game of basketball. I have a question for everyone. If you had the ability to make one player throughout his career injury-free, who would it be?
Penny
And for me,
Hardaway.
for me, it's Penny Hardaway. It's not even close.
for me, it's Grant Hill.
Grant
I
Hill.
still have to.
Yeah, you took my
No,
answer.
I mean,
still have
let me
to.
name somebody. Let me name somebody different. Dude,
I
does
need
somebody
Derrick
didn't
Rose,
get hurt?
goddamn.
Derrick Rose up there.
Shit, Brandon Roy.
Rondo.
Name one. Nobody.
Rondo.
Go ahead. What were you about to say, Sean?
I'm gonna name somebody no one ever named. Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry Johnson. I said Rondo. Because people forget Rondo was. I mean, he got hurt. A couple years later, we got Tatum and Brown.
I'm surprised no
So
one said Brandon. I'm surprised no one said Brandon Roy.
Brandon
I just
Roy
said
is
that. I
up
said
there.
that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Brandon
Yeah.
Roy. Yeah, he said Brandon Roy. Who else?
I would.
Bill Walton. Bill Walton is a big. Bill Walton is definitely.
Yeah.
Bill Walton. He definitely, because Bill Walton low key, like I said, people. If you got Bill Walton, definitely been a top 5 center conversation if he didn't get hurt. He was definitely phenomenal. Greg Oden's up. Yeah, Greg Oden.
Yeah, I was about to say that's funny.
I got another one. I got another one.
Imagine he never got hurt.
I got another one. He was very quiet, very similar to Tim Duncan, but he was an all-star almost every year, and the Sixers blew it by not drafting him. Brad Daugherty.
Brad Daugherty, yeah.
Brad Daugherty's another.
Ralph Sampson.
The original Victor Wembanyama, just in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah. Who else? Shoot, I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Stacey Ogden. No, I'm just joking.
It's funny.
I'm trying to think. There's another one. I'm trying to think.
John Livingston.
Yeah.
No. Sean Livingston does not need to be in there. Sean Livingston.
Sean Livingston was cold though. You understand?
Make an argument. Nah, he was cold, but I could make an argument that post-injury Sean Livingston had a better career than the hypothetical we would put Sean Livingston.
But
in.
Here's the thing. But that's true. But I understand that. But like, if his picture, what he was doing, he was still effective with the like, you know what I mean, as that role. Bernard King had a long career though. I get what you're saying, Mac did, but he had
Bernard King, yeah.
He had a decent amount of time. Let me say Kawhi. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We saw Kawhi at his best, bro. Who else? Damn, I'm trying for shoot. I mean,
you already said Greg Oden, right?
David Thompson. David Thompson's up to David Thompson. David Thompson.
Okay. I got
RP Reggie Lewis.
Yeah. I got one. The worst trades in NBA history.
Worst trades
Brooklyn Nets, Celtics, Paul Pierce, KG, Jason Terry, the Brooklyn Nets.
Or it could be worst trade or worst decision. It could be worst trades or worst decisions in NBA history.
Chris Webber.
Oh yeah, you took that from me. You took that from me. True. I was gonna say that. Letting him walk. after his rookie year.
Okay, he letting James Harden go.
But they didn't let him walk. They didn't let him walk.
Not on walk, but they got
They
10
traded him
for
for
it.
Kevin Martin Jr. I mean, not
That's
Kevin
still
Martin Jr.
that was a bad decision though, my opinion.
Wait,
I think it was a bad
Sean. I thought the Warriors let him walk because they couldn't pay him.
No. So what happened?
It was a sign and trade.
When the Warriors traded for him, they didn't have the money to pay him because back then, there was no rookie salary cap scale. So basically, he could get any contract he wanted. So what he signed was like a short-term deal, and they basically said, "We'll take care of you," at a certain point. But what they gave him was an opt-out clause after his rookie year because he took the short-term deal, and because he and Nelly were getting into it, he basically threatened to opt out, and that's when they traded him for Tom Gugliotta. And
that shit, that's wild.
It was terrible. Oh, I got another one.
I had real quick, bro.
Yeah, go.
Is if the Clippers, right? If they don't do shit this year, like they get knocked out first round of the playoffs, whatever, is that Kawhi Leonard, Paul George trade one of the worst?
That's not a trade. That
I
wasn't
mean,
a trade.
we can call it bad now.
Kawhi
It's bad
Leonard was
now.
signed. Kawhi Leonard was signed, and the Clippers traded for Paul George.
Okay.
And just for Paul George, I'm still not thinking that that's the worst trade. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think
It's
it's
a
by a
bad
long.
trade.
I think it's by a long shot. It has to be that Nets trade.
Now casual. Now I know that at the time it made sense for the Clippers to get Paul George. I get it and I agree. Man, I know deep down inside they wish they had SGA at the same time. They
didn't
got
want to trade SGA.
for sure.
That's why.
Sure.
This is what I mean. Like,
but I don't think to be quite honest with you, if we're gonna keep it a stack, this could be a hot take or whatever. I don't think SGA develops the way he should. He probably should if he stays.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
True.
I think I'm thinking about SGA now, but that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think he develops into this SGA. Plus, not to mention, like I don't think, to be quite honest with you, I think if you still have SGA along with Kawhi, Kawhi is reduced more to like a spot up shooting role because Shea is needing the ball handle duties so much more.
That's fair.
I don't know how much better you are as a team.
That's fair. Now back to either the worst trades or worst decisions.
Oh,
when the Cavaliers.
Okay. If you're adding in decision, Hornets trade for Kobe. Hornets trading Kobe for Vlade Divac.
Well, oh yeah, definitely that. Another one I was thinking about when the Cavaliers traded Ron Harper in his prime to the Clippers. Oh, that was terrible.
I'm gonna give you a couple more that people probably don't even really know about. The Bucks trading Dirk Nowitzki for Robert Traylor.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
The Jazz trading Magic Johnson without knowing they were actually trading Magic Johnson.
I'll do you one better since we're going that deep in history. How about when the St. Louis Hawks trade away Bill Russell?
Well, that was a little nowhere. To be fair, though, that was a lot of Bill didn't want. If Bill said so himself, if he would have stayed with St. Louis, he wouldn't have played. He was so racist at the time. It was dangerous. So, I mean,
but still, you trading away.
I get it.
You trading away a top 5 player for Cliff Hagan. I'm sorry.
But you talking about St. Louis. We talking about St. Louis in the 50s, though.
Then don't be racist. Look, then don't be racist, and you won't be on this.
I'm saying, Sean. I thought it was Cleveland who traded that pick when it was for Magic Johnson.
No.
It was
Utah.
It was Utah.
Kwame Brown for Paul Gasol. That shit was bad. Let's call it out.
That was awful.
They ain't won that.
What were the Jazz thinking? That was terrible.
They did get Mark.
They did apparently. If the article that I read was right, they didn't know that it was going to be Magic Johnson at the time.
Remember back then, you didn't put protections on picks.
Okay.
It was traded picks, so you didn't put draft protections on picks.
Just like the Sixers traded that pick to the Cavs to get Brad Daugherty. That was terrible.
Right. So I mean, back then draft picks were not considered the greatest of assets. So
okay. I remember when the Cavs traded Kevin Johnson, but it was understood.
So yeah, I mean it's why we had a step-in rule. So draft picks will not.
I mean, shoot, the Buffalo. I mean, the Clippers now, and the Buffalo at the time got rid of Moses Malone. They didn't know what to do. Like that was, I mean, he was an old all-star rookie year. I mean, that's his story. Listen, his story is crazy. Like 6 teams claimed him. Like at one, like in a whole like off season, it's fucking wild.
I mean, yeah,
I think
that's
one
true.
team could ABA teams getting baked up and stuff like that. And he goes to Buffalo. He went to Buffalo in the NBA, and then they barely played him. They traded him for the Rockets for like nothing. Like, I mean,
now here's a trade that actually went through, but we never got to see it. Dr. J getting traded to Milwaukee to play with Oscar Robertson and Kareem.
Yeah, that's nasty. That'd been nasty. I ain't gonna hold you.
Sean, how come that never happened?
So basically, it was a fight because Atlanta had signed Dr. J as a free agent, even though Milwaukee had taken him in the draft. So it was a big court fight about who owned the rights to Dr. J, even though technically he was still a part of the ABA. So it was a lot of court finagling going on league at the time, and basically, what ended up happening was he ended up going to the Nets from Virginia, and then eventually when the NBA or the ABA folded, the Nets sold him to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Sure, I'll be fighting too. You talking about Dr. J going with Kareem? Hell no, we ain't doing that.
But they drafted him. They drafted him.
Right.
So
you right. You right though. You right. That's very true.
Speaking of decisions, when Orlando lowballed Shaq.
Yeah, that was a crazy time.
Orlando ain't shit, bro. Orlando ain't shit, dog. Hey, bro.
Yeah, and also Orlando didn't realize what David Falk had done the year before. Basically create that year where there's no restricted free agency in 1996 and the cap spike. So a lot of people didn't know that that's what happened, and Orlando, of course, being stupid, played themselves with that one.
They still haven't retired Shaq's number.
They retired nobody's number.
Real quick, go James. Real quick, go James. I don't know a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie and act like I know a whole lot about ABA history, but from what I researched, I can only give you my top 5. Dr. J's obviously one. I think Billy Cunningham would be number 2 on my list. George Gervin is 3rd. Those 2 you could swap out if you want to. Artis Gilmore is 4th, and then I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Moses Malone 5, but I've read articles about how good Connie Hawkins was, so I'm open to that conversation as well.
Oh, and I got one more. I have one more person to name in terms of the topic that I brought up when the Knicks did not give Pat Riley full control of the Knicks his final year. That was stupid. And look what he did. Look what he did as soon as he went to Miami. And the rest is history.
Thank you, New York.
Stupid. That's funny. Kevin Jules Randle mass contracts. Like no,
yeah. Whenever you get a chance, look up Billy Cunningham. I think Billy Cunningham had a stretch in ABA where he was averaging, like, if I'm correct, I want to say he was averaging something along the lines of I think he was averaging like 23, 11, and like 6. Like he was putting up like Jokic numbers in like the 70s. Like I think from like 72 to 74. So yeah. Definitely when you get a chance, look up Billy Cunningham. Billy Cunningham, actually, he was that nigga.
Sean and Casual, who are you guys' top just pure shooters in NBA history? It doesn't have to be in order or anything. Just pure shooters.
No shot creation involved. Just shooting.
Just shooting.
Top 5?
It could be top 5. It could be top 10. Just pure shooting.
Oh, shit. I want to say first is going to be Ray Allen. I don't think I should give much pushback there. I want to say Klay Thompson is my second. Reggie Miller's my third.
The hell?
Fourth.
Bro, what is this list, man? Come on, man.
What? Who am I forgetting? Please.
You said this is an
Steph
order,
Curry,
not
bro.
order.
You don't act crazy like you talking about who you forgetting. Come on, man.
No. Wait, you said pure? No. He said no shot creation involved.
No. Let me clarify. It could be shot creation or no shot creation. Just pure.
Oh, okay.
It could be both.
Stephen Curry's first. Okay.
Yeah, it could be both. My fault. I didn't clarify. It could be both.
Stojakovic was one hell of a shooter.
You got these niggas ready to kill me.
Nah, Billy Cunningham was a forward, Chris. But Billy, yeah, he did have that 2 streak. Yeah, listen, man, that's crazy. Having another league
involving everything that goes into shooting. Involving everything that goes into shooting. Steph Curry is 1. Larry Bird's second, actually, to me. I would probably say Ray Allen 3rd, Klay Thompson's 4th, and then 5th I'm rounding out with Steve
I got
Nash.
Reggie Miller with Klay Thompson.
You said Steve Nash?
Yes.
I got Reggie Miller as a shooter.
What's wrong with having Steve Nash?
That ain't matter. That ain't bad.
I mean, he hit 54 like 4 times.
I got Reggie Miller as a shooter over Klay Thompson.
What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, Steve Nash hit 50-49 like 4 times, so I get it.
Niggas is Steve Nash.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
mean, I get it.
just pure shooting.
Depending on how much you value Reggie Miller and like his shooting, like him shooting, like like his dominance on his team for him being that good of a shooter to where he was the man on that Indiana Pacers team. Depending on how much you value that, I have no problem with you putting Reggie Miller in the top 5. It's just to me, like I'm thinking of off ball ability, shot creation, and to me, I think that those 5 players sort of trump him.
Didn't Reggie Miller score like 11 points?
Hold on. You said
8 points in 11 seconds, something like that.
I said it could be shot creation or just no shot.
Oh, you said shot creation too.
It can be both.
Yeah, when I thought when
Allen
I
Houston
originally
up there. Allen Houston's up there. Then
I mean,
Allen Houston's up there. Kevin Durant.
I got Kevin
Yeah,
Durant.
we're talking just pure mechanics. There's some guys that people don't talk about enough. Mark Price.
Yes.
Mechanics. Dale Ellis. Mechanics.
I'm about to say Dirk.
I mean,
mechanics.
Dirk. Yeah, I'm just saying. If I were teaching shooting, and I was trying to teach someone to get how to fix their mechanics, get their mechanics right, there are certain guys I would tell them to watch. Their shot is basically the same.
How about JJ Redick? What about JJ Redick to you?
He's up there.
I mean, he's up there. I mean, JJ's a pure shooter. I mean, I don't think there's any question about that. I'm just saying, just pure.
Well, no. I was asking about his mechanics. Like, would you say he's like?
His form is correct and all that stuff. I mean, it's guys, and there are guys I would say, hey, if you were looking to just guys mechanically great, there are certain guys I would tell them to look at. Drazen Petrovic.
I was just about to say him.
He's another one. It's some guys there. I mean, just all-time great shooters. And again, to me, mechanics is the first thing I look at.
Sean, don't you like Ray Allen's mechanics as well?
Yes.
I mean, but if we're gonna talk about pure mechanics, then we might as well put Carmelo in there somewhere.
He did have nice mechanics, but
he had a decent form. It wasn't all that though. Like you got, come on,
man. His shot was pure though. Y'all sleep. No man, Carmelo's shot was pure though.
Chris Mullins.
As far as scores, I'm putting Carmelo as far as scores.
No, nobody's
As
saying
far as
nobody.
scores,
Hold on,
no,
hold on,
you're
hold on.
not,
I know you're talking about shooting. I'm just saying as
Talking
far
about
as scoring.
shooting.
Bro, come on, Melo is
as
not.
far
Listen,
as
we get it.
scores, bro,
We
y'all
get it.
gotta relax.
Melo is a great scorer, but come on, bro. He's not
No,
in this
he was a
conversation, bro.
great scorer, but as like a top 5 scorer,
No,
that's
I
not
I
ain't,
what
ain't
he's
No,
say
we.
doing.
I'll
top
go with talking
five.
I
about
ain't
I
say
ain't
shooting.
top
I'm
top
talking
five.
about.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
top
I'm talking
But
about.
ten
He's
see,
talking about
maybe.
shooting.
y'all
top
mixing up.
five is
Y'all mixing up
that's a
the
different
conversation. See,
conversation.
He
Sean
said
was talking
shooting.
about mechanics, and I was like, Carmelo mechanics as a shooter is great. That's what I was saying.
No.
Not
No,
him
it's
as
He
a
not.
said
pure
as a
No,
shooter.
it's
scorer. He
not.
said
No,
as a
no,
scorer.
it's
He said
not.
as a scorer.
I thought he was talking about mechanics.
No.
Sean was.
I thought he was too, and then he said as a scorer, and I'm like, bro, no, y'all gotta
Oh,
stop, bro. Melo is not a
I
top
thought he
10
said
player.
as a shooter.
I thought he was shooter.
honestly, here's another person who's underrated in
I
terms
thought
of
we were talking about
nah,
mechanics
because I
as a
heard him say
shooter.
Mello. Then I
Yeah,
said,
here's another
Reggie
person
Miller
Who
got
would say
quick release too.
mechanics
But
as a
in
scorer?
terms of
NBA
mechanics.
scoring.
Here's another person who's underrated.
And mechanics as a shooter, not as a scorer. As a
Yeah,
shooter.
yeah, another person who's underrated in terms of his shooting mechanics. Chris Mullin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm with Chris Mullin. Yeah.
That's why I
He was
said
left
that.
handed.
Him.
He was left
I was
handed.
just
Chris
He was
naming
Mullin
a
was
white.
left
I
color.
was just
Yeah.
naming white boys to be honest with you. But
He
yeah, he was
was a
nice.
color.
Oh shit, if we going in on white boys, let's talk about Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver.
If
I
you
mean,
ever
you already
want,
said
Yeah,
Mark
he was
Price
nice
and
too.
you said Larry Bird, right?
yeah, if you ever
Yeah.
want to see a crazy workout, look, you got to watch the Mullen drills, the workouts he used to do. Crazy.
Yeah.
And everybody couldn't do it.
Here's another one who's underrated. Yeah, you're definitely right about that, Sean. Another one who's underrated. He's not like an all-timer when it comes to like players, but he was pretty good. Well, I have two of them: Tim Legler and Jason Capono.
I like the Tim Legler one.
Yeah,
I like the Tim Legler one.
Yeah.
Nah, Jason Capono he had definitely fundamentals.
Man, Jason Capono shot with
Shoot.
trash. Man, get out of here with him.
He was a shooter though. We ain't gonna
No, get
lie.
out of here with Jason Capono.
All right, what about
Jason
Kyrie?
Capono was
What
a
about
shooter.
Kyrie's shooting mechanics?
He was a
Stop
shooter.
it. If you want to call it that, I guess.
I mean,
What
I
about
don't know.
Kyrie's shooting
Off of
mechanics?
Kyrie, it's not bad. I'll say that.
It's not bad, man.
Not
Look,
bad.
man.
I mean,
I've saw low key. I've
he
saw
has
like
great
no.
mechanics though. He has great
Like
mechanics
I
though.
watch. I fall in love watching Kyrie Irving's jump shot. It's smooth and it's like methodical, bro. Like
Wow.
whenever you get a chance, no dead ass. Like whenever you get a chance, just watch that nigga Kyrie Irving shoot. It looks like beautiful.
I got one. Maybe not in terms of mechanics, but he was just mechanics to an extent, but he was just a great shooter. Craig Hodges.
Oh, yeah. For the Bulls, yeah, he was. He was shooting.
I would also add Dennis Scott and Glenn Rice. They were.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely Glenn Rice. Definitely Glenn Rice.
Dennis Scott, his shot was the same every single time. That thing baked in, and I mean, he was kind of one of the first guys to really shoot the trail three in the NBA. And obviously, he played in this era today. I mean, he would be in the 3-point contest every year. He was that good.
Every year.
Dan Scott definitely an underrated shooter. You don't get underrated
Okay,
shooter.
so yeah, he played in. Okay.
I remember he was averaging like 15 and 19 was a game too. He was.
I got one. Formerly known as Chris Jackson, Abdul Rauf.
Yeah. He was skilled.
Nice,
Abdul Rauf was skilled. He was very skilled. People don't talk about him enough. Dude was skilled though. He was really skilled. But anyway.
Him, Mutombo on NBA Jam was tough.
I like to also correct myself.
Yeah, I remember
I like to correct myself when we were talking. When I thought you were just talking about pure shooters, I still should have put Curry in there.
Yeah.
Curry.
I have an underrated one. He may not be up there, but I would say an underrated one. Dan Marley.
Yeah, Thunder Dan.
Yeah, underrated.
I'm surprised nobody said Dame yet.
Oh yeah. Him, Brandon Roy. Oh, Jeff Hornacek.
He up there.
He's underrated.
Pager storage, Pager.
Oh yeah, I forgot. How did I forget about him?
Pager,
Okay,
Pager.
I got one.
No, he do.
Well, yeah, him too. It could be any
If
era.
you say Hedo, you gotta say Pager too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got one. I got one. Underrated players, any era. For me, I'll go Allen Houston.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Just underrated.
That's a good one.
Underrated from any era or just
any era.
Antoine Jameson.
Yeah. Antoine Jameson really
That's a
good.
good
one. I agree with that.
Let me think of another.
Man, well, I'm gonna switch the topic just a tad. Who y'all think gonna win the in-season tournament?
Celtics.
You said the Celtics. I knew you were gonna say the Celtics.
I want the Celtics to win, but are the Timberwolves still in it?
Send it.
No, they're not in it. They're not. No, they're not in it. They're not in that.
Oh, okay. I know the Suns did. I know the Suns play the Lakers like Wednesday or Tuesday.
We trying to make Celtics trying to make history, man. Hey, first ever in season tour. Hey.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Y'all the Pacers, right?
Green Bay
better score some points tomorrow.
Green Bay beat Kansas.
Yeah, they just beat them.
They did.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that game's over.
How many passes y'all Jordan last game?
You said how many passing yards?
Yeah, 267.
Jordan Love played very well.
Yeah,
that ain't bad.
Jordan Love played very well.
One of the best games of his career. Prime time.
Green Bay's receivers now.
I'm gonna ride with my Bucks, man. The Bucks making it out and winning the in-season tournament, bro. I'm tired of being non-biased, man. Fuck the non-biased. My Bucks, they whooping the Celtics.
Do what you gotta do, man.
And yeah, man. Bucks
y'all gotta play the Knicks. Y'all gotta worry about the Knicks first.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean.
We beat the Knicks to kickstart the in-season tournament, man. We're not worried.
Hey, Sean. Tell Pat Riley to request a trade for Jordan Poole. Let him wear number 3.
That's foul as hell.
That isn't happening. That is not foul as shit.
Wait. You said what, Sean?
Although the recent antics of D Wade make me want to take number 3 out of the rafters.
Yeah, that ain't happening. People will be looking like the crowd will be looking like, really? Everybody will be looking confused.
Man, I ain't gonna. It's gonna be crazy Monday though. It's gonna be it's a bit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty exciting. I know everybody gonna watch it, especially for their team. If their team,
Jerry, you said this team looks terrible. You just said they're gonna win because they had Patrick Mahomes. So which one is it? They lost. Like, come on, bro.
Like, I have no idea.
You don't listen to Jerry. Half of the time, you just have to ignore Jerry.
Sean, do you still call Anthony Davis always damaged?
Yeah,
of course.
I mean, I still think Anthony Davis is good, man. If he can really get it together, Anthony Davis be balling.
I mean, to be honest with you though, yeah. I mean, you would like AD play like an MVP caliber player right now, yeah. But besides that, I mean,
I literally saw some film on Anthony Davis a couple years, like maybe a year or two. I want to say like 2 to 3 years before he went to LA. It's that AD compared to AD now is night and day.
They were feeding the ball more. They were feeding the ball more.
That and he didn't bulk up either. And he was just more fluid. He's just a different player. It's just he's almost unrecognizable, honestly.
But you gotta understand something though. AD can't play the same way he played on the Pelicans that he played on the Lakers. He can't be that same player.
Even that 2020 Laker, he's not in that 2020 Laker no more at all.
I mean, he was what, like 7 feet, a slim 220, maybe 230. Now he's what, 250.
Hey, true.
He's not even the same player.
Hey, true. Your Celtics finna beat these Pacers, man.
Of course, they don't play no defense. They don't play no defense.
I don't know,
Hey,
man.
hey,
They don't
True,
play
I'm gonna
no
say
deep. They
this.
don't. They don't play no
Man.
deep. They don't play no defense. I mean, we
Hey,
had
but True,
As
I'm
of
gonna say
late,
this.
y'all
Hey,
haven't been
hey,
playing much
hey,
either.
hey. What we win
that
the
ain't
what
true.
we win the
Dude.
last game by?
Nah, just kidding.
51 points?
Hey
Was it
man, listen.
51?
Hey, True, I'm gonna tell you something now. Tyrese Halliburton ain't no joke, man. That dude is a ball player.
What that supposed to mean? Who is
It
he?
means he's a ball player.
I
Don't
mean,
play around. That's all
who
I'm
is he?
saying.
So Jason Tatum ain't seen no. So Jason Tatum he went up against LeBron James, Steph Curry, the KD. Like
Look,
who is he?
I
Like
mean,
who is
but
he?
I'm not
you talking
saying it.
about
I'm
shit that
not
happened
saying
in
it
the
in
Just
that way.
saying.
past.
I
You talking about
mean,
shit that
True, I'm
happened in the
not saying
past.
it
We
in
talking
that
about
way.
right
I'm
now.
just saying don't sleep on him. Is all I'm saying. That's
nobody. But
it.
I
this is what
said
I'm
it
telling
earlier.
you.
They can run it
But
up. They can run
yeah,
it
you're
up for
right.
sure.
But they can't stop nothing either
But
though. So
but
they
but
can't. They don't. The defense is garbage. Let's just
All
call
I'm
it how
saying,
it
I'm
is.
saying, I'm saying, Indiana this season, they have beat teams that they in theory were not supposed to beat.
I
yeah,
They
agree.
were
they
not
had no
supposed. They
business
weren't.
beating them.
Yeah, they had no business. They had no business beating Philly. They had no business. They had no business beating us. To be quite honest with you, like there's a lot of teams they had no business beating the Heat. Like that, you say what you want about the fact that they can't stop nobody. Literally every game that they're winning or losing, it's a shootout. It's a shootout. So if your offense gets stale and you have another game like that game you had against the Charlotte Hornets where Tatum took off, but Kristaps and Jaylen Brown left their game at home, you're going to lose to the Indiana Pacers.
Too bad they don't play no defense. So I mean, I get what
Too
you're
bad,
saying.
and too bad your offense. Too
Casual,
bad your
you
offense
got a
still being
point, right?
inconsistent.
Let
I
me
mean,
address
our
your point,
offense.
right?
Listen, when you don't play no defense
Go
though,
ahead, True.
the offense gonna be better. The offense gonna be easier to score.
Did
So I
he just say
mean,
too bad your offense stagnant?
No. I said too bad your offense gets inconsistent.
Okay.
I mean, it ain't gonna be inconsistent. It ain't gonna be inconsistent against the Pacers. So I mean, I ain't worried about that. And we play
Shit, it got
defense.
inconsistent. Hold on, it got inconsistent against Charlotte, and Charlotte is the worst defense in the NBA.
I mean, listen, we gonna take loss. I mean, listen, we gonna take losses, bro.
Okay. So
I mean, it
you
is. I
just already
understand that,
acknowledged that you're gonna lose
but this
games.
is in
So
season
when I
tournament
say
though.
this,
This is in season
man, all
tournament
right.
though. We ain't playing no game with. We're not
Nah,
playing no game with no
Nah.
Pacers.
we was out at the
Real quick,
club.
We
real
ain't
quick.
playing.
Speaking of Charlotte,
We
The
took them
fact
to the
that Chris
Lakers.
Porzingis ain't
We own
playing,
Charlotte.
the
real
fact that
quick.
Chris Porzingis ain't playing.
Real quick. Speaking of Charlotte, I know Illis is not on the panel, but it looks like Charlotte got their draft pick in Brandon Miller now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Charlotte, why were we speaking of Charlotte?
Brandon Miller. He just want to mention Brandon Miller, but he been balling. But I mean, hey man.
I mean, once they finally put him at his right once they finally put him at his right position, I guess. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
They
the main
lost the
thing.
other night, so I
It's
don't know.
And they quote unquote star player can't even stay healthy, so I don't know what the Charlotte Hornets doing.
that front office is they're like a walking catastrophe. I don't know how people haven't been covering how bad of a front office the Charlotte Hornets like has been this season. Like you can talk about what they did in the past, but what they're doing this season is egregious. Do you realize that they have a point guard that's 6 foot playing the 2 guard alongside LaMelo Ball? And then when he went down, they moved their rookie, who came in as a small forward, and moved him to the 2. They moved their power forward to the 3. They moved it, and
yeah, it's terrible.
Like, do you realize how ridiculous this front office is? They are not prepared.
TNT on Halloween, right? They had the Halloween games.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, they had like a couple graveyards, and one of them said Charlotte Hornets on it. Swear to God, like they pointed it out. Like,
as bad as they are, the Pistons are even worse.
To be fair with to be fair with the Hornets though, to be fair though, their problem is injuries though. I mean,
that is not their problem.
The problem is injury.
That
I
is
mean,
such
you
a
can
cop
say
out.
you can say that but that is the reality of the truth. Like people when they didn't have a fully healthy roster. Like
If
so,
you have
I mean,
and you want to know why
their
LaMelo Ball is
organization is
getting
trash.
no, but you
I
want to
mean,
know
I
why
know
LaMelo Ball
I'm
is
not denying that, but let's not act like before the injuries, like they wasn't a playing like
no,
back
but
to back
okay.
years.
I've heard
I'm
people
just
make this
saying.
argument,
I
and
ain't
I'm
saying they all
saying,
that, but we
but
ain't
I'm
gonna make it
saying,
seem
but
like
what I'm saying is
they
LaMelo
we gonna make it
Ball,
seem like they the Pistons.
LaMelo
Like
Ball
this,
was out. Every time LaMelo is out, it's because they have him playing excruciating long minutes. Like, what the fuck is LaMelo Ball doing being on the court for 35 minutes plus?
that's how a game go. I mean,
Having the
shoot.
usage that he has.
I mean, listen, that's how a game goes sometimes, man. When you play for bad franchises, shoot.
So
I mean,
and
hey,
what?
it is what it is.
So they're a
I
bad
mean, I
franchise.
don't,
So that has nothing.
That's
His
every
injury
game
has
though.
but I
his
mean, you
injury
can
That's
be a
has
every
good.
nothing
game.
to do
I
with
mean,
them
Orlando
putting
Magic a
with them
bad
not putting the
franchise. Orlando Magic
Robert
bad
Covington.
franchise too, but they one of the best teams in the East. You can be two things can be true. Like you can be a great
Who?
team with a bad
Who?
franchise. Orlando's a bad
Orlando's
franchise,
constructed way better than Charlotte
but
though.
they are a bad franchise. They're a great team. That's two. See, here's the thing. There's two things can be true. They're a great team, but they're a bad franchise. So
Are they a
listen.
bad Why are they a bad
I mean,
franchise?
I
Why
get
are
what
they a
y'all
bad
saying.
franchise?
But a lot of reasons why. There's a lot of reasons. But like I said, we just talked about
No,
earlier
okay,
why
I'm
they don't got
asking.
nobody
Okay, I'm
jersey
asking
retired.
you. I'm asking you.
Sean, would you like to explain?
I mean,
Well, like to explain
free.
why the Magic are a bad
They're not.
franchise.
Yes, please.
Big free agent. They're not a big free agent
We don't have,
destination. They
we don't have the
they
time.
treat great players bad. And listen, I mean, hopefully they can listen. Like I said, I like what they're doing now. Listen, I like their team. They run the best teams in the East. But I mean, let's see how can they. Let's see. My question is, let's see if they can f this up. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
You're saying how can they improve?
no, I'm looking at how they can f this up because I know that they have the talent, but they effed up with Shaq and Penny, like they effed with Dwight Howard, like they effed up with T Mac, and they. I mean, listen, that's what Orlando does. I'm not lying. You like Sean. Sean's from Florida. I'm not lying. They know from they self sabotage. I mean,
I'm seriously trying to figure out exactly how they're a bad franchise. I get that they've made bad decisions, but that's every franchise that's made bad decisions.
there's
Especially
no
when you're a
reason
bad
why.
team.
There's
Especially when
like
you're a
six
bad team
that
and you're
made
trying
good
to.
ones.
Well, the problem is their bad decisions are often franchise altering. You can miss on a draft pick. What you can't do is miss year after year after year after year on draft pick. You can miss once in free agency. What you can't do is miss year after year after year in free agency. So that's really the issue. Every franchise, no franchise is perfect, but the consistent misses with them, and some people say it's the curse of Shaq leaving, which I mean, I don't believe in curses, but it's not a great franchise. There's a reason why they have been so bad for so long.
So this is in my opinion, this is what when I looked into Orlando, they traded Domantas Sabonis for Serge Ibaka's badass contract because they wanted to make a playoff push so desperately that they went and got a nigga that's not even moving the needle. That's a bad decision. So I'm there with you. But then the following season, with their 6th pick, they got Jonathan Isaac. He ends up being injury prone. I don't think that that's a bad decision. I just think that that's just unfortunate circumstances. With their 6th pick, they got Mo Bamba, who I think we all agree when coming into the draft, we thought Mo Bamba was going to hit, right? He ultimately didn't. I don't think that that's them being bad in drafting. I think that that's just unfortunate circumstances, right?
Part of the draft process, though, casual is the development. They don't develop.
I feel like Cole Anthony has developed fine. I think Franz has developed fine. I'm seeing this year that Jalen Suggs has developed fine.
You're talking in the last 2 years. I'm talking the last 25 years.
Oh, okay. But my hands is up when it comes to the research on 20 plus years. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, that's all.
But my whole thing is though too, and my whole thing is too. Like my question is, are they going to f this up or not? Because like we seen this happen before. They had Dwight Howard. They was looking in a great direction with Dwight Howard, and somehow they f that situation up. I ain't gonna count that. So we'll see what happens.
And
how did they f that situation? Wait, how did they f that Dwight Howard situation up? Like, is there some moves that I'm not seeing that I didn't see or something?
I mean, the fact that I mean,
I feel like
so the
they
issue was
optimized the situation that he was in.
Well, the issue was Otis Smith, the GM, made a terrible decision after they lost in the finals, and the decision was basically to go out and to get Vince Carter. Who, I love Vince. You know, he's a homeboy or whatever, but Vince was not that guy anymore. And he wasn't going to be what was going to push Orlando to the next level. Also, when you go to the finals, when a team goes to the finals, particularly if you don't win in the finals, you're going to go. You have to really evaluate, why did you get to the finals? The reason why that Magic team got to the finals ultimately was because Kevin Garnett was hurt. Because I don't think they beat their Celtics team in 2009 if Kevin Garnett is there, because the 2009 Celtics were actually better than the 2008 Celtics. So they got lucky. They got hot. They went on a run, and obviously they beat LeBron and the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. But they were very, very much an improbable finals team. So when they made the decision to go get Vince, and then they turn around and they flip Rashard Lewis's contract for Gilbert Arenas, who had no needs at that point.
That was crazy.
Bad decision after bad decision. That's why they ended up where they ended up. And also Stan and Stan Van Gundy and Dwight weren't getting along.
Dwight situation, they were being immature towards one another. I agree.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, it was just again, I think it's
a bad decision in unfortunate circumstances due to, you know, Dwight being childish and Stan Van Gundy being a child as well.
Right. Coupled with a lot of the moves that they made, which were just
bad decisions.
Super questionable.
I agree with you. I agree with you with the mismanagement as far as like putting players at their wrong position. Because I think when they drafted Victor Oladipo, they had him playing the point guard when he wasn't a point guard. Then they put him at the 2 guard, and then they had him. I think they had him as a backup one year before they ultimately decided to trade him. Like they were just misusing him like left and right.
That was Scott Skiles not knowing what he was doing.
And then they backdoor and they do the same thing to Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, who got drafted at the 4th spot, they put this nigga at the 3 spot to put Serge Ibaka in the starting lineup. When Aaron Gordon, obviously, like if you watched him, you knew he was not suited for a forward, like for a small forward position. He was the power forward, like that's his position. And like they were misusing those guys left and right. So I agree with you there. I agree with you. But I don't know. It's that's your franchise. So if you say that,
it's not mine. Yeah, I'm just from Orlando, so I've seen it from the Genesis.
Yeah.
I feel
like the last few years they've actually done pretty.
Now they look promising. Don't get twisted. They looking promising.
I will tell you this real quick. The Magic came into the NBA in 1989. Their first draft pick was Nick Anderson. The second pick the next year was Dennis Scott from Georgia Tech, small forward. The next year, they kind of a miss, but they took Brian Williams, who was Bison Dele from Arizona, at power forward.
I thought it was Bison Dale.
No, that's what I'm saying. Brian Williams was his name at the time, though.
Okay.
He was the first.
Is it safe to say Paolo Banchero changed that organization immediately?
No.
I think it's a combination of things.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying, but then in the next year, this is after they get Shaq, and then the next year they make the draft day trade with Weber for Penny Hardaway. So they had a blueprint for how they were going to build a team through the draft. They have not done that since that time. Because again, to True's point, they're not necessarily the greatest free agent destination, even though they did get the run in 2000 and they missed out on Duncan for everybody knows why.
Good God Almighty.
So and then again, you talk about an organizational decision. They give Rashard Lewis $119 million when nobody was giving Rashard Lewis on the market $119 million. Like, so it's that type of stuff. When you're that type of organization, it's those decisions that ultimately kill you over the long run. That's why they're considered a bad organization.
Yeah, but I think okay. So on the flip side, right? Like I think if I remember correctly, didn't Golden State give what's my guy's name? Didn't they give what is his name? Andrew Bogut a contract that like they were stuck with for the duration? Like sure enough, they were successful because of like Curry, Clay, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, the surgeons. But I think if I'm correct, I think Andrew Bogut's contract was so bad that they literally couldn't trade off of it. But I don't think any of us would look at the Golden State Warriors and say that like that it's a
Now
bad.
they wanted Bogut though. I know you talking about they wanted Bogut though. He got paid for Milwaukee paid him, and that's how they got that. They matched it with Monte Ellis.
Well, no. They traded it. They traded Monte Ellis to get Andrew Bogut, but I think Andrew Bogut had he had like some knee injuries during.
It was a 3-year. It
was some years where he was out right along with Stephen Curry, and
right.
It was
only
like they were. And so it, or even if let's just forget about Warriors. Let's talk about OKC. We just finished talking about some of the worst decision in trades in NBA history.
Yeah.
And they let James Harden. They traded James Harden to the Houston Rockets because they did not want to pay him a measly $4 extra million. I remember this because I'm an OKC fan at heart. They did not want to pay this man $4 extra million. That's all he was asking for. Just give me $4 extra million. They didn't want to give it to him, so they traded him to Houston in exchange for Kevin Martin. And James Harden turned into we know what he turned into. That was a terrible decision on their part, arguably the worst in the NBA history. We still understand they're a good franchise, right?
Well, Casual, do you know why they didn't want to give it to him?
Why?
Because of the luxury tax. Those new rules are just coming to play, and they're a small market team. They didn't want to pay. They were one of the teams that fought hard to get the luxury tax in place.
No. But even if they
would it cost them $8 million instead of $4?
Exactly. Even if they
hold on. Remember, luxury tax is an escalator. It's not just dollar for dollar. It escalates over a certain number of seasons. So based on where they would have been with the extensions for Durant, for Westbrook, for Ibaka, for
KD had already gotten his extension. Westbrook had already gotten his extension. The only person that didn't get the only two people that didn't get
you can eat that. You can eat that. I'm sorry.
You gotta think, but it ain't easy what y'all think it is, though. I understand what y'all saying, but it ain't easy.
It's not as easy as you think it is, particularly when you're a small market team, right? These small market teams had to make those decisions because of the new luxury tax implications that came as a result of the 2011 lockout.
But even this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Even if they would have, let's say they would have given Harden that money and they would have hit the luxury tax. Do you know how hard it would have hit them?
Again, it's an escalator, right? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
No, I'm with you, but I'm asking you, do you know how hard? Like once they resigned Harden and then they resigned Serge Ibaka, it would have only been a $5 million hit to them for making that.
For that,
yeah,
but it gets more. It adds up though.
It escalates.
No, but I'm saying it can escalate as much as it wants to. But the TV deal was coming shortly after that because the TV deal happened in 2015.
Right, and again,
no, not 2015, 2016.
That was 4 years later. That's when we trying to get you to understand. It wasn't immediate. When they did the problem with the 2011 lockout, a lot of people really don't understand is a lot of the stipulations that came as a result were reactive based on what happened in 2010. They were trying to prevent stars from teaming up and going to other franchises like what happened with Miami with Bosh and Wade and LeBron getting together in Miami. So they put in these stipulations basically to deter teams from doing that. So even Miami, which is not a big market, it's a mid-market team, had to pay the piper. The piper being they could not keep Mike Miller long term, so they amnesty Mike Miller in 2014.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot.
I know that, bro.
It's a lot to it. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. It's not just the franchises making these decisions. These were league mandates, basically from the 2011 lockout in the new CBA, that basically said you can't do this. It did not make it easier for small market teams to maintain what they had drafted. I agree with you, Casual. I wish they should have been able to keep it together, but it was those mandates that across the board hurt everybody, and nobody thought long term. It was, in my opinion, I have all the respect in the world for David Stern. In my opinion, it was one of the worst things he did to the league in his latter years, was putting in those very punitive luxury tax rules.
Yeah, that was Adam Silver's influence there. Yeah, because even like I said, Boston just got back in the luxury tax. So like I said, spending in the luxury tax ain't easy what it is though. Especially like, you know what I mean, you gotta look at Golden State right now. Like shit, look at the money they got spent, and they
living it.
And they can afford it, but still though, like if y'all, because like I said, if you ain't competing for championships, whatever, it's like that's why a lot of teams don't spend the luxury tax. It's like it's no need if you ain't competing for a championship, then like teams ain't gonna spend the extra money. So it's like they gotta be strategic on, okay, we're gonna go all in or not.
Yeah, and the problem was a lot of these teams, because they put in, it was the repeater tax laws and all kinds of stuff. It was literally them trying to prevent the Wild West from happening again, their worst fears from happening again, which was basically 2010 free agency.
Yeah, man.
Because remember when the new TV deal kicked in 2016, the cap spike came, everybody got it. The league did not want to. They wanted to spread it out. They didn't want it to be a one-time cap spike, because they were trying to prevent what happened in 2010 from happening. If they spread it out over the years, as opposed to giving every team the cap spike in 2016, Durant doesn't get to Golden State.
Oh my God! No way. Okay, so I'm reading. I was reading an article. I'm sorry. So basically, Presti traded Harden because if they would have re-signed Harden, they would have faced a salary cap figure of $86 million in 2013-14 season. So it wouldn't have hit in 2012-2013. It would have hit in 2013-14, right? So it would have been $86 million, and then $89 million in the 2014-15 season. And so by 2015-16, it says 92 million, well, roughly 92 million, right? Like just the estimated amount. It would have been 92 million. And then by the 2015-16 season, the TV deal would have kicked in. So it wouldn't have, like you know what I'm saying? Like that money would have looked much nicer.
Right. Now
to be dealing with.
Yeah, now also remember, Presti's only doing what Clay Bennett says he's okay doing. So that's the other part of it. So
right, you gotta have to
have ownership that says we're okay writing these checks, just like Joe Lacob and Peter Guber say, yeah, we're okay writing this big check to the NBA every year. Clay Bennett was never doing that.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If in this situation, right, like even if you're paying 86, 89, 92 million, like 90 plus million, right, for the expense of having, in my opinion, the best team in the league at that point, right? Why are you holding so tight to your wallet? And I think that quite a step, I think that is a big problem that the Thunder have dealt with for like a large portion of their existence since coming from Seattle. They are very, very cheap. Like when you think about the tandem of Westbrook, KD, and Serge Ibaka, think about the pieces that they let walk by because they didn't want to pay that amount of money to have them like coexist with that existing roster, with those max players. and think about who they justified us to have to watch them play alongside. The Andre Robersons of the world. Do you think that we could have found somebody that was better at that 2 spot to play alongside Westbrook and KD? The center spot being given an ACL injury, a post ACL injury, Kendrick Perkins, for a long time, and up until the development of a rookie Steven Adams. Do you think we could have found a better center sooner than when Steven Adams came than Kendrick Perkins? Like, those type of things are like a large problem with OKC. Really, to tell you the truth, like all the time that I've watched them up until, well, no, even still, they are very cheap. They want to do it. They want to work through the draft and get trades for young players who still on a friendly contract, so that if they do have to, they'll give them the max contract, and then they'll give like 1 or 2 other people a max or mid-level, not mid-level exception, but a max contract or a super max. But that's about it. Everybody else is either mid-level contract players or minimum veteran, like veteran minimum contracts.
Yeah, I mean, them being cheap. I mean, like I said, I definitely understand that. But we're gonna find out because SGA he's about to get. Well, he just signed an extension, but like,
Mm-hmm. And then Chet Holmgren is probably going to be next year.
Yeah, Chet gonna sign his extension. So it's gonna be interesting.
J-Dub, Lou Dort, those players, like, the conversation is going to be like the conversation between whether they stay or not is going to be very interesting to watch, because I'm looking at J-Dub right now and the value he's showing so far. He's showing so far in these 2 years that he's been in the league. He's going to ask for something near of, like, I would say at minimum $70 million a year. Not $70 million a year. I'm sorry, $70 million contract.
Right? I ain't gonna lie. He may can get $100 million.
He probably could, but at minimum, I'm taking 70, and that's me being generous. Like, knowing that Jalen Williams is a nice dude. Like, I got to meet him. He's very nice. So it's like him being kind and being a team player. He'll probably say 70, but depending on how the Thunder is with their money, they may sit there and be like, nah, I can't give you 70. Can I give you 65? Like, they'll bargain that type of shit.
Yeah.
To where, like, you can lose a player over $5 million. A valuable player, by the way. A valuable player for you.
Yeah. I mean, he keep playing like this, he probably can get at least at the most 25 a year.
Yeah.
But like it says, all gonna depends. Ask Jackson, Sean, what happened to FSU? They got robbed. That's what happened.
I don't know.
You come here to gloat about that? They got robbed. That's what happened. That was disgusting. I ain't gonna. You talking about robbery? That was robbery of the year. That was crazy, bro. How you feel about that, Sean? That is crazy. Like,
yeah, true. I don't.
You can't do nothing. What do you expect? What do you expect FSU to do? They did everything they powered when it comes to performance, winning games. You know what I mean? They ain't allowed 30 points the whole season. They ain't allowed 30-point game the whole season. The most they allowed in the game was 29 against Boston College. They undefeated. They won games with third-string quarterbacks. Undefeated.
I mean, true.
They're gonna say the SEC bias, right, Sean? But they're gonna say that. But guess what? The ACC was 6-4 against the SEC this year.
Yeah, I mean, it was comedy, right? Is the college football playoff has been around since 2014. Every undefeated conference champ, Power 5 conference champ, has been in the college football playoff, except for this year.
That's sad, man.
So that's all. I mean, not more to be said. Now I can go into why it happened, but I'm not going to. I'll wait until tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm definitely gonna be tuned because I'm definitely gonna be tuned in the real takes on fake debate. I'm definitely gonna be tuned. That's ridiculous, man.
Hey,
Like,
true.
yo,
Man, don't do that. Don't do that Moses Malone Shaq debate, bro. Don't do that.
Moses got a case, believe it or not.
I don't think he has a case, dog.
3-time MVP.
Okay.
Don't have a case. A 3-time
No.
MVP.
Three-time MVP, fair enough. But then me knowing like where Jalen is coming from, he's going to probably devalue those MVPs because like Shaq has a one MVP, but we all know like he was warranted more than just one MVP.
Well, one of those
like, those
MVPs.
MVPs are invalid.
I feel what you're saying, but one of them MVPs, Moses Malone won. It was a player's vote.
Mm-hmm.
So his peers thought he was the MVP when even during time Kareem was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this is a tad bit of my debate.
Mm-hmm.
When he went to the finals with the Rockets,
Mm-hmm.
that was probably the worst team ever to go to the finals ever. They were below 500. They were below 500. Only won 40 games. And his second best player was Calvin Murphy.
This is his MVP season, right?
Yeah. And by the way, too, he's the only player to win MVP in two different teams back-to-back seasons. In two different teams.
He's probably gonna bring up the fact that I don't know if you peeped it, but when I asked, like that's the year he won MVP is the year where he was on a losing team. He was like, so he gets an MVP for playing on a losing team.
They was
below 500.
I mean, listen, they was performing though. He was still performing though. I mean, however they vote for MVP, they vote for MVP. But like I said before, I mean, that being said though, he took if you want to use that logic, he took that team to the finals. So that's why he won MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't.
So
if you want to go that angle, it's
who's prime to you? Like whose prime to you has been longer? Like who has the longer longevity to you? It shouldn't take you this long.
It's probably about the same.
No, it's not.
Honestly, it's probably about the same.
Okay,
Shaq Peak is really from like 99.
I didn't say peak. I said prime.
You said prime.
Prime. So Shaq's prime, I would say, is from his second year in the league, which is 93-94, all the way to I want to say
if you're gonna say
that's
that,
a 12-year peak. That's a 12-year, but not 12-year peak. That's a 12-year prime.
I mean, if you want to say that, then I don't have no really arguments with that. But I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But it is closer. It is closer with. I mean, listen, it's only a few centers in NBA history got more MVPs than Moses Malone, and those. I mean,
who is touted as the most dominant player of all time?
Will Chamberlain.
No, it's not.
I mean,
you're nasty.
I mean, listen. Shout out to Rick Smits. Shout out to Shout out to the centers he was playing in the finals. Listen, I already got my shit. Listen, I already know what he's gonna say, and
what you think he
shout out to the. So when listen, man. I already know. Listen, he gonna name the dominance. He gonna name the fact. He gonna say Shaq is dominant. He gonna say the dominance, whatever case may be, and whatever case may be. But listen, man, Shaq need them those elite guards with him. You know what I mean? Shout out to Penny and Kobe and D Wade. You know, he need those guys.
And shout out to Julius Erving. You know,
you right. The same Dr. J. The same 60 team that was struggling. that was struggling, and they was questioning Dr. J legacy, and thought that shit was because he was popping the ABA, and when he got in the NBA, he was struggling to get over that hump. Moses Malone
and then Moses Malone
first
during
get
certain
there, they
emotions
won.
decided to make a super team. Yeah.
I mean, listen, the same dude though.
I'm
Listen, he the
just
same
saying, man. I
dude.
want you to be. I want you to
I'm
be.
just
I
saying
want you to win, though.
he took the worst team in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what era you talk about. I don't care you talk about the 50s. I don't care you talk about. He took the worst team in NBA history to the finals. And
He took
then
the
when he
worst team
finally,
to the. Oh, okay. The Rockets.
and then when he won that opportunity, you know, to opportunity to he did was win. A real chance. Cause let's be real, you're not beating no Celtics team when your second best player is Calvin Murphy. Shout out to Boom. I mean, second is be real. And had done though. I mean, you can go. I mean, we had a bad team. I mean, people. Hey, not that J. He most known at that team. The players at the time, the you know, what I mean, either I ain't mentioned about he's the best rebounder in modern era. I ain't mentioned that yet. You know what I mean? I ain't mentioned that. So it's I got some shit. I got some shit, man. Yeah, I'm breaking up. Should be good now though. Should be good. My laptop failed. My laptop failed. Thought I broke my John. I don't know. I thought, oh yeah, it broke. Yeah, it should be good. Hold up. I may be here for a little bit, a little longer though. I'm still mad though. I'm still mad though. I ain't get to do that debate though. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna cook the shit. I was gonna cook shit out of Jayla. I was gonna cook shit out of Nahari. I was gonna. I mean, I think I had another. I mean, listen. I just got more time to prepare, I guess. Might as well get my paper. I have it. I mean, I'm just got my phone. Probably just gonna write it. I mean, I'm probably just gonna read it. Read my notes in this debate. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I thought I dropped my shit. Oh shit. Word. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, it should be good. But yeah, though, I was definitely ready for these debates, man. That's crazy. Who canceled though? That's what I want to know. Who? Why? How many people canceled though? Like this what kills me though too. Motherfuckers be canceling, doing last minute canceling these debates, whatever. Maybe I want to debate, and then next thing you know it get canceled. Like, yeah, no, debate got can't. It would probably be debates earlier. Uh, yeah, it probably been debates earlier. Uh, Let me see. I'll read the whole song. Matter of fact, I read the whole. Yeah, you no debates today. Too many cancellations. We couldn't go Saturday. My bad for getting back to see y'all so late. Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Yeah, this is crazy. I was about to, man. Listen, I was about to cook today, bro. Like you said, my material is my material, man. I was prepared. I was prepared. Um, Draymond Green shooting 47-7 3. That's freaking crazy. But yeah, I was listening. But I got more time to prepare, I guess. I got more time to prepare. But I feel bad for my neck. The old boy hit 4 threes in the first quarter. He ain't hit shit. He ain't hit cent. That's the only shit he hit. That man hit 4 threes and was bricked the. That man was shooting bricks the rest of the game. That boy shooting 47 from 3 is hilarious though. Funny thing is he doing that shit. That shit don't even mean nothing. Like this is the most points. This is the most points Draymond average since like 2018. That's the funny shit about it too. Which is bad. Which you could say is which you also could say is bad. Kind of right. Shit, that's funny as shit. The most threes he ever took too since 2020. But yeah, man. They need more shit. That's the best he can do. That's the best he can do though. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Like that's yeah, though, man. Y'all, listen, man. I'm trying to challenge myself, man. Uh, that the Moses below Shaq debate. I'm trying to challenge myself. A lot of people don't think I'm probably gonna win. I should win that one. A lot of people don't think I should win that debate, but it's hard. That's why I took it though. I took it because like it's gonna be challenging. But hey, you know what I mean? Uh, and the main reason I took that debate because, like I said, not just challenging because I did take a Magic Johnson versus Draymond debate, which I debated for Magic. So hey, let me know what. Let me do something that I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm the underdog, quote. You know what I mean? I'm in an uphill battle. So quote unquote. We'll see though. We'll see. If you know, you know. I got my information. Uh, I got my notes. I'm gonna be very, very prepared. for Jalen. For Nahari, I'm gonna smoke the shit out of Nahari. I'm gonna go lie. I'm gonna smoke the shit out of Nahari. Shout out to Nahari, young up and coming, but I gotta get him out of here. Mad Max, if you out there, Mad Max, I'm gonna smoke the shit out you too, man. So best believe, I'm not playing no games with y'all in these debates no more, man. So when I handle my light work next Saturday, well, this Saturday, beg my pardon, this Saturday, there ain't gonna be no question who's number one. There ain't gonna be no question. You know what I mean? There ain't gonna be no question. And like I said too, man, I'm sick and tired of doing these sports debates, man. I'm sick and tired of doing not sports debates. I'm sick and tired of doing just basketball debates too. I'm trying to do some football debates. I'm trying to do some MMA debates. I'm trying to do some boxing debates, man. College basketball debates, college football debates. Like, listen, man, what's going on? But hey, Renegade too, man. You still out there? Listen, I need you back in that debate stage too, though, man. You can talk your shit for real, for real. True to Sweep TV, hey. But yeah, the Moses Malone, like I said, and to be honest with y'all, like this is probably the most I ever prepared for a debate. Is now it's the most I ever prepared for a debate. So, cause I ain't gonna lie to you, like listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like even like don't get twisted. I've been prepared for four. Let me make that shit clear. Let me make this clear. Like I've been prepared for debates before, but I'm really just write like little, maybe like a bulletin point. I just write a certain point and I just freestyle. I may write a couple points and just freestyle. Like I do my research. Don't get twisted. Like when I'm talking about preparation, when I'm talking about preparation for the most part, like I am researching and stuff like that. Okay, they think about it, but like when it comes to like preparation, all that, like I don't like the people think I be beat. I mean, listen, I do be freestyling, but I'm still technically prepared to a certain degree. Like um, even Renegade, I debated Renegade. Like I said, I was freestyle. Like I did my, you know what I mean. I did a little research and stuff like I already know. Like for example, like for Nahari, I'm gonna do like for example for Nahari per se. Cause I can easily freestyle that whole shit if I wanted to. I can freestyle um if I wanted to. You know what I mean? When it comes to like, and that's the other thing too. Like that's why I was that's why also I wanted to do the tournament idea earlier this year. I wanted to do that tournament idea because um I want to do that tournament idea where it's like you don't know you only know the topic last minute and you just go off of there, boom, no preparation or whatever, no preparation, and you just you know what I mean, you just go off the top. That's my element. You know what I mean? When it's like motherfucker, you listen, you ain't no time to prepare, boom, let's debate this shit right here and there. That's really when I'm at my best. You know what I mean? The pop quiz type. That's when I'm trying to. Yeah, that's when I'm really at my best. When it's like, boom, what's up, nigga? What's up the fate? Like, we gonna do it now or tomorrow? That's when I'm at my most dangerous. You know what I mean? That's really my most dangerous. But like, I'm dangerous regardless. 'Cause like I said before, I am doing something completely different now. I'm just writing notes. I'm trying something new, but which is trying something new, but it's gonna be effective, and I know it's gonna work because if I just say what I know what I'm exactly what I need to say and when to say it, and mind you, I can still freestyle, I can still rebuttal, I can still freestyle, I can boom, get off a point and go in the pockets and stuff like that. Like I don't know, but at the same time, too, like even when it comes to like I don't know, but like when it comes to the presentation and stuff like that, because and I noticed too when it comes to like the presentation, I kind of get I kind of get I kind of get points taken off when I try to freestyle. I've been noticing that now because like even going back to the Mahari, shout out to Mahari, but like I feel like clearly won that first round, and it was like bro, like I legit was rebuttering his points, and it's like, and then is the weird shit is though, like afterwards, after I look at that debate, there was because I don't look at the chat, I look at the chat like afterwards, and they would say it'd be the weirdest shit in the world. It's like, bro, I'm making certain points, roll tide roll, y'all ain't shit, bro. Mark, you ain't shit, Mark. You know damn well Florida State got robbed, bro. That's disgusting. Y'all know damn well Florida State got robbed. There was nothing Florida State could do to like what else do you expect Florida State to do? Like, come on, you put the best teams in, not the best worthy. They was the best team. They was ranked over Alabama majority of the year. They didn't allow a 30 point. They didn't allow a 30 point. They didn't allow opponents to score 30 points none this season. Y'all almost lost to Auburn, bro. Let's calm down. Auburn is garbage this year. So let's not do that. Like, let's not play talk about the competition. And if y'all know if you know this, Mark, the ACC had a winning record against the SEC this year. It was 6-4. So you can't use the best team argument with the competition and stuff like that. You can't use that because if you want to represent, because you can't boast about the SEC and be like, well, this the best teams or whatever. You got a losing record against the ACC. So I mean, but I mean, congratulations to y'all though. Alabama had a good season, but that being said though, y'all did them Florida State dudes dirty. They were college playoffs, not y'all per se, but college playoffs committee, whatever. Um, yeah, I'm about to get off here though. So you were saying beating the number one seed. Okay, that was okay. With that being said, y'all beat the number one seed team, right? I'm hearing that y'all say, okay, y'all beat the number one seeded team. Like I hear you, right? Y'all beat the number one seeded team. But why that and Georgia was so much of a big they y'all beat and they were so great, but why they didn't make the college playoff then? We don't deserve to be in be you can't put a team that what do you mean you can't put in a team with a third string quarterback? At the end of the day, if they're winning games with the third string quarterback, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna punish people for winning games and find ways to win games just because they don't have their starting quarterback. That's not fair. They can't keep the issue out. I'm not saying I'm listen. Hey, well, I didn't say necessarily keep the. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't keep the SEC out because clearly Texas shouldn't be in there either though. If you really be honest with you, Texas should have been there either. The Texas or Alabama should not have been over Florida State. This is the first time ever, Mark, that a Power Five school that won the conference championship, that won their championship in their conference, did not make the playoffs. This is the first time ever. Man, get out of here, man. But with that being said, man, I'm about to get off here. It been good stream. I got some good stuff planned tomorrow, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Peace, deuces. Yeah. Tie up.